Caddicarus!
Mario Kart, anyone? No? Crash Team Racing? No? Nah? Star Wars Super Bombard Racing? Not even that? Okay, you deliberately just trying to annoy me. Okay, then what's your great idea then? Rascal Racers? Never heard of it. Seems kind of adventurous, doesn't it? We're diving into new territory here. I wonder if it's any good. It wasn't. It really, really wasn't.
Caddicarus!
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people. And I am Caddicarus. But you guys can call me Caddy because, you know, Caddicarus is a bit, it's a mouthful. And I know that talking about and reviewing and discussing retro games has already been done to death, and that was the topic that JonTron kind of scratched over. But in my case, my generation are a few years forward, so my earliest memories of gaming and my true nostalgic roots are actually in the PlayStation 1. But enough about me, let's just dig into Rascal Racers and see why it shouldn't exist. Picking up a game like this is, in itself, a dangerous and exciting expedition. You will either come out of it with a rare gem and valuable life experience, or an ancient piece of fossilised mammoth dung with nothing to show for it. Even though I suppose they're actually quite valuable. Hell, what do I know, eh? And this is an ancient piece of fossilised mammoth dung that you accidentally ate. Somehow. And let me tell you, I have nothing to show for it. Just the fact that I paid real, you know, money for this game still mystifies me. Hey, big deal, I was 10 and I liked Sunny D. Judge me. So why waste any time talking about it? So I can think of plenty of reasons, but I need to purify myself and review this bitch. Let's go! Alright, let's play some Rascal Racers. Miracles Designs. Jesus made this game. Are you Jesus, guys? Are you sure about that? I don't think you are. Just go and have a long, hard look in the mirror and you won't see Jesus. And in the UK, this game was distributed by Midas Games, who are well known for such classics as Truck Racing, Equestria 2001, and All-Star Tennis. Hey, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. What's this? You have over 30 PlayStation titles available. Well, that's fun. Why have I only got the one? I want more than one. I want all the collection. I want all 30. I want all over 30 of them. I want them all on my shelf. I want more than one. This isn't fair. No, Judge, you know what? Just life fucking sucks. With a game that looks as innocent as that, it can't be that bad. Could it? I mean, it seems harmless enough. You have a dragon and a chipmunk racing go-karts through the snow on the front cover, and an alliterating title, kinda like Ridge Racer Revolution. Oh, alliteration feels so good, don't you agree? And even proof of how rascally these racers are by having the dragon stick his tongue out. He's clearly a sore loser. What more hijinks could we possibly be in for? Well, there isn't a plot of some sort, so I won't even bother commenting on the story. Because there isn't one. Yeah. I guess they knew they were only gonna mess that up, so it's safer that way. The story is kinda like sex. And the lack of it is kinda safer. Stay in school. Get a decent education and make something of your life. You have 10 races, 2 of them unlockable. Unfortunately, they're not actually DLC, you have to actually play the game. And they are all whimsical animals with whimsical names. Unfortunately, they were even too cheap to alliterate the names. Big disappointment. We have Argyle the Aardvark, and yet we have Paulie the Beaver. Shameful. Wait. This is a kid's game, right? What kind of names is it? What? So, what's the goal? To win all 9? Yeah. 9. Races that split over 3? Yeah. 3. Environments. Beat the snake, win the tournament, and cry over your wasted time. Sound fun? Yeah, well, guess what it isn't. Well, one word you'll notice me using a lot in this review is meh. 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 So just be ready for that, okay? And I think I'm gonna pick the raccoon. Because, you know, I'm a badass. Visually, it's very meh. You have the city, the forest, and an icy place. That's it. By the way, do you like the names of those levels? I love them! I mean, it looks okay, but... What on it.
I got a ball for a face and everyone thinks that my name is Michael, yeah.
Oh, what year was this released? 2004? 2004? The same goddamn year that 2, 3 and Snake Eater were released? I mean, I know they're on a next-gen system, but that's no excuse. Look at Crash 3! That was 1998! 6 years before! I mean, just look at it! Hell, even MGS2 had amazing graphics for its time, and that was 3 years before this! They expected to sell this crap to a market when GTA San Andreas was a— I'm getting off track. Apart from those idiots paper character models, it's all uninspired and just bland stock graphics. In terms of animation, characters only move their heads left and right like Think about the original Super Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. Now make it more 3D. That's all. No special environmental hazards, nothing in the background. You get the odd hill every so often. Whoa, shit, I didn't see that! But they are all the same, just coloured and shaped differently. Oh my god, a bridge! Nothing more to add. Nothing. In terms of design, again, it's very meh. Hey, by the way, you liking this music? Oh, get used to it. These are the only 2 tracks in the game. Title screen, boom, racing. Now, before the fans of this game start raging some hormones at me, I am certain that there are more songs than this, but when I came back to record the gameplay for this video, the other tracks freaking ran away before I could pounce on them. The race tracks are all basically the same boring, flat design. They go around and come full circle. That's it. No hazards, gaps, holes, nothing. Just bog standard, dull, stock racetracks. The sound effects and music are dull, soulless, and again, stock. It's all just the leftovers of older racing games that have been put into a blender. And the concoction isn't that tasty.
I mean, you try putting all of your week's leftovers into a blender and then having a nice, good old gulp of it later on the Sunday evening. It's friggin' disgusting, but you know.
5 a day keeps the friggin' doctor away. The controls are stiff, momentum is wrong, the turning is wrong, and it all just defies physics and the natural racing gamer instinct. Look at this. Braking is exactly the same as letting go of accelerate. And there was one thing that shocked me so much I couldn't speak for the rest of the week. I spent an hour of my time trying to finish this game completely. I mean, all of it, an hour. It took me an hour to finish it all completely. Like a bus. And what do I get? Well, how about the ability of not being able to save the game? I will say that again.
Not being able to save the game.
What were they thinking? I mean, Jesus Christ on a bicycle! I have a memory card. Why can't I use it? Can someone please turn the music on? And it's not like there isn't an option or anything, but for one reason or another, when I bought this brand new from Asda, psst, it's part of the Walmart family, yonks ago, it just didn't want to save. As far as gameplay goes, again, it's very meh. Firstly, it's far too easy. I understand this is a much more younger-oriented kind of racing game, but this makes 321 Smurf look like Contra in go-karts in the forest with the Smurfs. You get time trial, arcade, and tournament. Genius! The weapons give you no satisfaction and— Whoa! Hang up! Are those real grenades? Like, army in— Boom! Real grenades! Call of Duty cart! And when you're in first place and you get a shield, damn is it boring. No one will ever catch up to you, and even if they do, they can't really harm you anyway. It's just one big huge punishment for winning. You might as well play it on your own. Oh, it's funny, you know what, now that I think about it, speaking of that, did I mention that there's no multiplayer mode? I'm just gonna let that sink in for a while. No multiplayer mode. Not even on the arcade mode? What kind of racing game am I playing? I'll tell you what kind. A bad one. The only thing salvageable about this game is its loading time. It's as quick as all hell. I paid money for this game, and I feel bad about it. I could have bought some meat or something for the same price. You know, something freaking useful. Just pop this bitch in and immerse yourself in some crazy and non-stop action. On your own. Because there's no multiplayer. And then do it all again. Because you can't save the game.
Fuck this game!
And it is easily one of the worst races on the PS1. No, I stand corrected.
One of the worst races of all time.
My advice, stay away from this game. And don't let your inner child tempt you to get it, no matter how much it cries and begs and scratches at your mind. Just leave it. It's not a good game, a fun game, or even so bad it's good. It's not even a guilty pleasure. It's just bad. Shit. Oh, hi. How's it going? Let's talk about Crash Bandicoot. Good old Crash earned his universally successful debut on August 31st, 1996. And it was about this thing created by this guy who escaped from this guy because this guy is evil and wants to steal this thing's girlfriend and enslave humanity. A very basic gaming narrative formula, but nonetheless extremely successful, selling roughly 6.8 million copies worldwide as of today. The appeal to this game was the fact that it was just essentially the simplicity of the original Mario flipped into a 3D game, as in that you only use 2 action buttons and move around. Primitive, and not up to spec with Mario 64 at all, but as I said, effective. The series continued to evolve throughout the years and constantly add more meat to the bones with new power-ups, characters, environments, challenges, platforming styles, and even
Different game genres altogether.
And the company developing these great games was the strangely titled Naughty Dog, who may be known nowadays for the Uncharted series, as well as Jak and Daxter. And Naughty Dog were also churning out these games once a year. Impressive, guys. You think you're so tough? Hey, do I look funny to you? Well, well. Okay, you're pretty tough. So everything was sailing smoother than Christopher Walken smothered in sunflower oil until... What's this? Naughty Dog? Fucking dropped? Crash Bandicoot?
Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know about you, but I can only see failure and misery after that choice. Oh yeah, kind of forgot about that. Yeah, I stand corrected. But yeah, they dropped Crash for other things, and so...
Eurocom Entertainment Software
came along to leech off his success with Crash Bash. Wallop boom ting bang ding a ling what. The first Crash game after the departure of Naughty Dog. Which can only mean tears and utter resentment. Hey, at least Sony Computer Entertainment still had a part in it. It might just pull something out of the metaphorical hat. So you put the game in, close the lid, assault the power button, and BAM! It's Crash and Bash. And here we have the menu. As always, kick-ass music, as to be expected. And even Crash is doing... something? And we have a wide selection of things to press. The first thing that strikes your attention is Battle and Tournament.
It's kind of like CTR, but a City Go-Go Cup!
It shouldn't come as any surprise. I mean, CTR had multiplayer, but this is taking a platforming approach. So what exactly do they have in their metaphorical sleeves? Oh, you know, now you decide to show descriptive text once I start moving? Thanks, game. Anyways, adventure ho! Sorry, please give me a second. I mean, just... Sorry, it's just that too many questions have flooded my mind right now. 2-player adventure? Interesting. Aku Aku and Uka Uka with lines of good guys and bad guys to pick from? Interesting. Tiny and Dingodile are on the good line? Interesting. Gorilla Monkey Anus Face who isn't from any other Crash game and never appears in future installments? Interesting. Anyways, this is looking like a very interesting kind of game, know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna pick Crash because I'm pretty boring, and here we have the story. Now, I must admit, as far as plot goes, it's magnificently underwhelming for something that's presented so epically. It's kind of silly, really. Hey, listen to me, calling a game with a walking bandicoot silly. Oh, I'm smart. Basically, the plot is chugging along nicely, ultimately because Uka Uka and Aku Aku are bickering, as they say. So right from the get-go, you can tell this is going to be good when the entity of good and the entity of evil are having an epic squabble like an old married couple. And this obviously only leads to one way to settle it. Mindless violence! Not to mention they summon other people and make them undergo absolute carnage in order to determine who exactly is top dog. Or Bandicoot, should I say? Hey, I'm amazing. Oh, give me 5. Anyone, give me 5. Anyone? No? Oh, well, fuck you then. But yes, that's all it is. They want to see who's indeed the better mask by sitting or floating back while these innocent bystanders are thrown into tanks as they blow the everlasting eyebrows off of each other. That makes sense. Crashy bashy. And now that I have your undivided attention, I would like to take this time to address a few things in a little section I like to call the top whatever number reasons this intro makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Number 1. Why can't they fight each other?
No, Uka Uka. The ancients would not allow it.
Okay then. Number 2. Who are the ancients? These guys? Ancients? And 3. Why did you burn each other at the end of Crash 3? That looks like bloody fighting to me. Number 4. Why the strange choice of characters? And number 5, isn't Brio a good guy in Crash 2? Why did he end up on Cortex's side all of a sudden? And what about Engine and Entropy? Instead we have old Bumface over here. And number 6, Crash, I'm sure what you're doing is incredibly relevant and really fun, but please stop. Can you not see how serious this is?
Can't you?
Ah, why am I complaining? Let's play some Crashly Bashley. Ashley. Mary-Kate. Nah, I've got nothing. So right away, we're here in the warp room. Nice. Yeah, but I can't jump. What the hell? I can spin like it's going out of style, but I can't jump? My goodness, look at it spin. I think I'm gonna be sick. Basically, this is much like Crash 1's style of warping, and not like the more freedom-based 2 and 3. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So in case you didn't read the box or get the freaking memo because you're a stubborn old sausage that's expecting a classic Crash game, this is in fact Mario Party. With this thing. So I guess we should see how it all holds up. I'm going to run through the first world on its own because these 4 minigames here act as the main recurring minigame, and through every warp room they alter it slightly to add a bit of sense. It's a neat little idea and it makes it more fun and challenging as it goes on. You do have other really fun games such as the Battle Tank levels and even the medieval stages, but we shall stick to these levels for the time being. Okay. Right, first game. Huh, 4-way Pong. That's cute. But the only real major difference here is that there are so many balls everywhere. Balls. They fly from the left, they fly from the right, they fly from the front, they fly from... that's it. But yeah, it starts off slow, but it's only building up to the craziness that follows it. It's actually good fun. For the first time. It's all well and good and everything, but you have to keep soldiering on until one player wins 3 times. It's a good time to mention that this is much better suited to multiplayer, where it's a bit more competitive and fast-paced. But the AI here couldn't give less of a shit, so the game does tend to drag on, especially when playing it 3 times over. The graphics as well are actually quite pleasant, the characters look good, and the sleeker and simpler stages aren't overcompensated by overcolouring other stages. It's the typical Crash style, and it's nice. It's nice, yeah. I like theming. Theming. That's what this game does. It themes. Did I mention I like theming? Okay, next game, Polar Panic. Smack the people into the ice! When it comes to playing something 3 times over, this is much more fun than Crash Ball, partly because of how quick a match can last. It's also pretty cool how in some minigames, depending on who you pick, can determine what special powers you have in different minigames. For example, in this game, everybody has a charge attack and a meter. If you pick Cortex or Brio, they will use their jetpacks to deliver a devastating blow to opponents. Unfortunately, the charge runs out completely after 1 use and you have to wait for a recharge. Dingodile and Ask for a Face both have the weakest charge, which is... I don't even know. But they have loads of charge remaining before running out, meaning that they can deliver 3 or 4 attacks sequentially. That's a nice word. Sequential. Oh my god, that's a nice word. I do like how this adds a bit more strategy and leads you to overcome and adapt to each player's strengths and weaknesses. It's good. And I don't know what that noise is every time Crash charges, but I like it. Maybe more than I should. And there are even some additional power-ups in this stage given by this thing. a lightning storm, an anvil, a shrinking ray, and a titan ray.
Give me your best shot, Bats! It does make it a bit more tense.
But again, best suited multiplayer. Okay, stage 3, Pogo Paint. Okay, I know this is my second video, but there is too much shit here, Crasher Basher! How am I, an average consumer, supposed to react to all this crazy on screen? The main objective here is to paint as many blocks as you can and then hit the purple boxes to claim your points, depending on how many squares you painted. But here's the catch. Challengers can willfully paint over your life's work. You bastard! And this is a fairly quick game as well. The AI is a little more refined here, and the power-ups include fast boots, missiles, and line painters. This does get a little overwhelming, and you can choose to have a strategy, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would just go for a purple box whenever you see them. The best solution to a problem is usually the easiest. And again, more suited to multiplayer. I hope you see what I'm getting at with this. Unless you don't, of course. That's always fun. Whew. Stage 4, Jungle Bash. Nearly the same as Crash Bash. But here we have a much simpler objective. Go all Michael Bay on everyone and laugh as you brutally pummel everyone to an insignificant pulp. This usually ends up the craziest and the trickiest. Explosions, stone boxes, health pickups, and a short time limit. As the AI actually cares for once in its miserable life, I can actually find myself enjoying this with or without a friend. And that's all good in my book. Talking about my book, go buy it now. It's called the Caddicarus, and there's nothing in it because it doesn't exist. Not much more to say here except...
Crash wins. Fatality.
Right, now the first boss level.
You must defeat the mighty Papu Papu.
Papu Papu? Mighty? So mighty that a few spins and 3 smacks on the head wipes him out. Oh look, it's Papu Papu. I remember him. He was hilarious and he was very easy. No disappointment here, ladies and gentlemen. He is still hilarious and still very easy. Dodge the attack, kill the creepy baby crashes. Why are they there? And hit him when his shields are down. And he really gets into it, even with the whole evil laughing thing after I kill all of his minions, which makes no sense. And he even ends up leaving himself exposed to my projectiles. And don't get me started on his noises. Oh, his noises. So, the first world of Crashes Bashes. Can we judge the game by the first world of adventure? In this case, no, we can't. It isn't the most exciting or promising start of an adventure mode, but I will be honest, the bosses do get trickier, the repeating games do add more quirks and more funness as you progress. Funness? Oh my fucking god, what ponce wrote this script? Oh, yeah, me. Stick it in the Caddicarus. And going through the game is all worth it to unlock the additional 97 levels that are available in multiplayer mode. Or you could just be a dirty, skanky little cheater, couldn't you? Eh? With my face and the camera. And don't get me started on the hover car one, I love it! And there are loads of things to get done and complete in the adventure, such as the additional gem and crystal challenges for every stage, and even the relics when you get really far, despite the fact that some of them are annoyingly frustrating. But it doesn't escape the fact that there is a lot of gameplay time out of this if you're willing to go through all the repetition in the process. And the major issue is that even though the adventure is crucial to unlocking multiplayer events, the game is a hell of a lot more fun to play with someone else, even if that means playing Adventure 2-player. Just avoid playing this alone. It cries for a soulmate to play with nearly 24/7. As far as a party game goes with Crash Bandicoot, I would easily say that this game is really fun in some places, and definitely worth the pittance it would cost to buy nowadays.
Little did the studio executives know that from this point onward, the Crash universe would forever plummet into the depths of oblivion. One mediocre game after another, further deviating from what made Crash so fun, and casting a shadow of sorrow over the valleys of original Crash fans. Don't get me started on Crash Boom Bang for the DS because I will easily go over it. You have a problem? You have a problem with what I just said? You want to say it to my face, bruv? Look at you, thinking you're all that? Come at me, bro. I dare you. I double dare you, bitch. Go home, granny, you're mad.
But not only have I got a new haircut, I have also got new location and even a new camera. So you can see my disgusting face in much crisper high definition. And hey, you tell me, what better way to celebrate all this brand spanking new stuff than actually doing a new type of video game video. You know, I was thinking the other day that I should make a gaming top 10 list, but then it occurred to me, wow, I don't actually know how to make a top 10 list, and it has also occurred to me that I am too young and inexperienced to try such an immense task. But then I had an idea that maybe I should make a top 10 that no one has ever done before, and that avoiding a cliched list could be the perfect opportunity to demonstrate my abilities. So after that thought was processed, I made this silly video. Now obviously, a few rules must be taken into consideration, like the one game per franchise rule, and also this list is limited to characters that I'm aware of, so if I miss any more obvious or even better characters to pick, then please let me know. But then thinking about it, who really gives a rat's ass about shopkeepers? So anywho's, I hope you enjoy. Let's start this train, alright?
Merchant in a video game refers to a character that doesn't necessarily advance the plot, but instead acts as the provider and an enhancement to how you will advance the plot. So actually, in a sense, they do advance the plot. I guess, maybe? Ignore me. These merchants can be described by the media theorist Vladimir Prop as the donor character, who provides the hero or heroine with essential information and tools to help complete the quest. And for one reason or another, some video games want your visit to the merchant to be as memorable as possible, so that all of your efforts collecting gold or
cheap-ass hoes
will not go unrecognised. And oftentimes, it's actually impossible to beat the game without paying at least one visit to the merchant, making them a necessity in the video game world. I feel that they're a little bit undermined, hence why we are going to be looking at 10 of them today. So without further ado, let's start at the beginning.
Number 10.
Okay, I really don't know anything about top 10s or anything, and these things in Bioshock aren't even merchants, but god damn it, racially insensitive ammo dispensers in a 1950s underwater city overrun by scary druggies just had to start this list off. Just listen to it! How could you, what? Oh, it's just, well, it's just incredible. I'm a really dirty cheater. I don't know why I love them so much, and I don't know why I couldn't put an actual merchant at the top 10 in a video called the Top 10 Merchants, but this is my list, so shut up!
Number 9.
Okay, I'm sorry. Again, a little bit of a cheat, as he actually really isn't a merchant in real life, and he isn't exactly a video game character, except in Guitar Hero. But he is a gopher.
Sharon!
Anyways, the self-proclaimed Guardian of Metal in Brutal Legend, oh well, screw it, you're just going to be calling him Ozzy, aren't you? Was a merchant that you always just wanted to go and see, and he always seemed happy to see you too.
Well, it's about fucking time.
I also like his house. Not to mention that he provides a crap ton, that's a real unit of measurement, of useful and awesome looking accessories and blah 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 yada yada yada. Fucking hell! He also ends up one of the most quotable characters in the game with such gems as,
I've got a couple of moves I can show you.
Yes, take care of your car. Turn it up!
You've got some demon flesh on your bumper.
Anyways, you get my point, so yay.
Number 8.
Another somewhat obscure choice, we have the hip-hop hero Parappa the Rapper, and the third mentor in his quest, Prince Fleaswallow. This guy is really important, as you can't actually advance without finishing his ridiculously easy rap, and you really need to repair your dad's car that you foolishly busted earlier. He teaches you in the ways of selling pumps with trucks, bottle caps, and skunks? What? But I think that the best thing about him is that he's a rapping Jamaican paper cutout frog that earns a living selling dead animals. Hang your head in shame, Jay-Z. Japan is on the offensive and trampling over everything you've ever done. How can you compete with...
In the rain or in the snow. In the rain or in the snow. Got the funky flow. Got the funky flow.
You can't! You just can't compete with that!
I have never sold everything.
Oh, okay, maybe you just suck. But hey, at least you've been working here since your mama was a baby?
What?
But it's okay, for somehow, this raises enough money for a brand new car. You know what? This has just given me an idea.
Number 7.
Okay, this is the first official merchant of the list, and his name is Pox. Genuous. Destroy All Humans delivers exactly what it promises, and the way that it plays out like a 50s B-movie was an ingenious touch, leaving many opportunities for comedy as well as over-the-top pulverizing. Old Pox over here is Crypto's leader, and for some reason he also sells you shit. Oh, I don't know.
Lies! I actually do know.
As well as being your leader, Pox is also an inventor. So whenever you do your hard work of killing people and all that jazz and then collecting brains and whatnot, he can then experiment with everything you've collected. So, I guess I've still cheated again. He isn't really a merchant, but... oh, what the fuck? But this guy doesn't want your cold, hard cash. He wants other people's cold, hard DNA. The missions allow you plenty of time to grab the juicy stuff, and every return back to the mother base allows you to spend it all on guns. Big guns. And saucer upgrades. Saucer. Big. And collecting coins. Wait, what's wrong with you? Are you from 1943? How about smearing gooey goo at all the policemen and teenagers for their brains? Not to mention, his voice is exquisite.
The humans drive their carbon combustion transports in, and thence view projected images for the purpose of entertainment!
He even replaces you whenever you die, which is nice.
Number 6.
Okay, now, I don't really care too much for this game, and to be honest, I couldn't tell you anything that happened, any key characters, or hell, even the title of the damn game. But in
Stairfax temperatures,
there was one particular character that stood out. This guy. Girl.
Lizard Dude!
He/she pops up about 30 minutes into the game, and immediately you're unsettled. Look, I'll even test it on you.
Welcome to my store.
As weird as he/she looks, where he/she shines is in the business end of things. Yes, like all merchants, he/she sells all the things that you need at often very silly prices. But what makes he/she stand out is that...
Well, we're supposed to haggle.
And you can haggle any price that you want. Well, not any, that would be stupid. And excuse me, sir, but did you order the atrocious voiceover with the side dish of hilarity? Why, yes. Yes, I did.
You pay this much.
Every merchant in the world needs a voice like that.
Yeah, I don't need business from cheapskates. Get out!
Alright, don't shout.
Number 5.
I'm sure that everybody on God's earth knows this guy, and to be honest, I would have put him higher up on the list if he
wasn't such a fucking douche.
I mean, he's forgivable for the most part, in the later games anyway, you know, when you're buying useful things from him and he has a different kind of dialect. But in the early games, particularly 2 and 3, oh wait a minute, they're the only ones he's in, he is simply a douche.
No other word!
He claims to be working with the bad guys and that by disobeying them he's doing you a favour, yet whenever he's confronted by the bad guys, he is always owned. He's like that annoying douche at school that used to try and get along with the jocks and the nerds at the same time, yet actually doesn't appeal to either and acts like a douche. Plus, his prices are outrageous! So why is he so high on the list? And why was I going to put him up higher? What am I, nuts? Well, to be honest, despite his douche factor, who doesn't remember him? Not to mention, it's impossible to finish the games without at least buying one thing off of him, no matter how much you don't want to. Also, 1 or 2 lines do make me chuckle.
Sorry, Sparrow. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your treasure.
Just seeing him there in the distance, all douchey. You can't resist paying him just a little visit and listening to an overdressed and ridiculous proposal of his. He also does try to con you, in a kiddie game. Welcome to the real world, fuckers! And maybe it's simply because he's a bear in a suit with a monocle and it just kills me. Let's not forget the retribution in Spyro 3 as well. Getting money back never felt so damn good.
Number 4.
Okay, sorry, I can hear everybody screaming right now.
Hey, this man is useless. He's in one scene of the game and he does nothing. And Heavy Rain is bad because it's just one big quick time event. And
goddamn shut up! I suppose the haters have got to hate, and admittedly he doesn't provide any consistent goods that you need throughout the game. But first things first, I love this game more than you can imagine. And secondly, this guy. Why so high on the list? Because this scene, or stage,
chapter? Oh, who cares? It perfectly paints a picture of a decent guy trying to live his regular life after the death of his son. He's polite, friendly, and willing to cooperate without breaking down into a sea of tears. He is also very stern, yet respectful, and despite rejecting to answer a few questions about his son, he still doesn't forget customer service and points our beloved, doughy Scott Shelby towards the inhalers.
A few seconds pass, and another man enters. The same innocent scenario seems to take progress. But, instead of a few questions, this guy has an order. Empty the register.
This particular bit is what made him stand out so much for me, for he ungodly and courageously refuses to hand it over for a good 2 minutes or so, with a gun at his face. He states that he has worked very hard for his earnings, and not even a death threat in between his eyes will stop him. King legend. Although, if old Shelby doesn't come to the rescue in time, he will get killed. Dead. But Jesus, what a brave guy. And if you do save him, he takes back what he said earlier and ends up aiding you further in your investigation. Oh, the things you have to do for compliance. Hey, Scott? Asthma face.
Number 3.
Up next, I guess I don't really need to explain this one. In this case, I will refer to Wind Waker because. Now, it is commonly known that 8 out of 10 Zelda characters are pretty weird, and this is no exception. I mean, just look at him! Now, obviously, he's high on the list for his usefulness in the game, and the prices, and the membership card system, and whatnot, but it's also the little things. He is always mobile, like a real merchant. He over-exaggerates everything, like a real merchant. He has a stupid voice, like a real merchant? I don't know, I stay at home, I don't know any merchants, I don't need to go outside, why should I? So yeah, he holds a very special place in my heart. It's a privilege to go and see him. It's just like,
oh look at that, I got a few rupees, let's splurge it all on him because he's so awesome.
It's like you constantly want to be with him and his adorable music and, oh, I love it! And in typical merchant style, the silly voice is almost imperative. So how silly is it?
Oh! Thank you! Bye!
Probably the silliest in all Mousedom. Number 2. Driven.
I love this guy, I love this game, I love this franchise. But seriously, I do love me some Metal Gear Solid, easily in my top 5 franchises of all time. But I always wondered how could Kojima possibly include a merchant character in all the single man, no backup, balls to the wall operations, let alone a cohesive and simple buy and sell system. I didn't think it could be done. But then I remembered, this is Hideo freaking Kojima. Yeah, didn't you know? That's his real middle name. And he pulled it off flawlessly with Drebin. I shan't go into too much detail about his actual character as it may involve some spoiling, so if you haven't played this yet, or any other Metal Gear Solid game, get them all, and play them in chronological order. Trust me, it is this close to gaming Blissiamo. But beside that point, Drebin is one of the coolest mofos you could ever find in a Middle Eastern war zone, and he never really gets stressed out at any point either. He also works with anyone and everyone. He doesn't take sides, which makes him both trustworthy and shady. So that makes him number 2 because, I don't know. He also has one of the most goddamn easiest shop systems in modern gaming history.
Screw it!
Basically, whenever you pick up weapons, ammo, and other items that you already have or can't carry, they will instantly be sold to him. Like, instantly. Let's time it.
Snake! PM!
Boom! Not even a millisecond. Instantaneous. And during the certain events that occur throughout the story, his offers will alter, such as the 50% closing down sale towards the end of the game and so on. And not only the in-game events, but even the time and the day that you play the game can have an effect on the deals, such as playing it on a Sunday for example, which is awesome. Not to mention, convenient as all hell, just a pause button away, 24/7. He also has a monkey that has no fur, and drinks soda, and smokes. What's not to like? Drebin's pissed.
Number 1.
The Merchant. For such a minor character with occasional appearances in Resi 4, this guy stood out even more so than Ashley, or Sadler, or even freaking Leon. He left an everlasting impression on me even the first time you see him. Do I even need to explain how brilliant he is? Firstly, it's almost impossible to make a list of video game merchants without actually talking about someone named Merchant. Just running around those desolate wastelands, popping lead into the naughty Spaniards, the game can get pretty tense. And just seeing that blue flame envelops you in comfort, even though he actually never sells ammo.
And this guy leaves so much intrigue with the player, and so many questions are left unanswered. Why is he in rural Spain? Where did he get his arsenal from? Why is he at so many places at once? Why isn't he infected? Where did he come from? Does he have a family? Why wasn't he in Resi 5? Why did Resi 5 destroy the point of Resi? Will Resi 6 be any good? How are you today? Should I just shut up now? Okay. Also, if you shoot this caring man, however, he will die and never come back. And bearing in mind this game is pretty tricky with him there, that is an unbearable thought. He is everything a merchant should be. Mysterious, trustworthy, unintrusive, shady, creepy, neither friend or foe, helpful, comforting, plus that voice.
Welcome. I'll buy it at a high price. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying? Stranger, stranger. Now that's a weapon.
That is why he is number one. I don't know, maybe I can't explain it, but for me, this beautiful man will always be my number one shopkeeper. Ever.
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show, where I always have the most difficult task of deciding whether or not a game should be slaughtered or salvaged. And today, or more appropriately tonight, we're going to be having a look at a little gem from 1995 known only as Fade to Black. That looked so
fucking cool.
Apparently, this little doozy was released as a sequel to a 1992 cinematic platformer known as Flashback, which is now actually in the Guinness World Records as the highest selling French game of all time. I'm assuming that at the time it did very well as well, as it managed to warrant this sequel, which isn't called Flashback 2, but I'm perfectly sure that there's a discernible reason as to why that is, even though I can't think to within an inch of my life as to what that could possibly be. Anyways, this game seemed to do pretty well itself, selling enough copies for a platinum standard, and it was also only on MS-DOS, using different 3D modelling techniques, and the PlayStation 1, only just winning against the Sega Saturn and the Nintendo 64 releases, that were actually cancelled. Now this must have been a huge gamble, either that it was good enough to be worth the high-tech PlayStation's time and money, or that it wasn't actually that good at all for the other systems to invest in. Who knows? Well, certainly not me, as after much research led me to the conclusion that the world rejoiced in harmony, as video game critics around the world all came to the astonishing verdict that took the world by storm. Hands joined and heads held high, people all over the globe played this game and said unto the world, meh. And so I have no real foundation for an initial opinion. Is it good? Is it bad? Who knows? Let's fade into Fade to Black to find out.
Or maybe it would be more appropriate to say
so this epic tale begins with what else? A monologue from our main character, Conrad Hart. Now why am I telling you this when you can listen to the riveting dialogue yourself?
Deep in cryogenic sleep for 50 years. I've been drifting around the cosmos alone.
So after this unbelievable Star Wars rip-off, and this side sweep of a pink, lychee-looking spacecraft, we hear who the bad guys are.
I was back in the clutches of my worst enemy.
The moon, bastard moon! I knew it was never to be trusted with the tritium.
The morphs.
The morphs. Ah, okay. Wait, the morphs? Oh my god. Anything but the morphs.
It didn't take them very long to decide my fate.
Well, we're gone, we're dead. Off we go. Okay, I kid. This intro is actually quite promising. Be it a bit long, and being that it came from the early ages of computer-generated PlayStation FMV, which is a little bit terrifying in my eyes, it isn't that bad for 1995. I actually look forward to playing this after the long drawn-out bit. So after that little startup, we have our credits. It seems to me these guys combine to be a real Hideo freaking Kojima wannabe, as we even have a game director, no less. And we have the great names of the industry that we all know and love today, such as Sébastien Clement, David Rochadou, Stéphanie Hussel, Thierry Bonzant, Jérôme France, and even Paul Tourmalière.
I hope this game isn't too French. Anyways, let's get on with this. Oh, more FMV? Game, have you been reading my diary?
Hey, human. Welcome to the Lunar Penitentiary, New Alcatraz.
Wow, Alcatraz? On the moon? Where's Clint when you need him?
Okay, what?
We can escape in a cargo vessel. I'm John O'Connor.
John O'Connor? Really? Oh, what a truly pathetically lazy yet hilarious use of pop culture referencing. I must warn you, Fade to Black, I'm subject to charm. And I didn't think I'd have to use this again, but I think it's a must, for because I'm given no backstory, I need to, yet again, address the top whatever number reasons this intro makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Number 1, what did I do? Why was I kidnapped in the first place? Number 2, if I'm a threat, why don't they just kill me? Number 3, why is this max security lunar prison staffed by people who get shot at point blank range with no one else patrolling or even noticing something is amiss? Number 4, why did he shoot the camera? What was the purpose? To look cool, John O'Connor?
Fascinating.
Number 5, why is this max security prison somehow slipped the little fact that a gun and a PDA is in my damn cell? And for that matter, number 6, how did Conrad not notice this before? Number 7, what is actually bloody going on? Well, I'm guessing this will be answered in the gameplay aspect. So let's not waste any more time. Wow. I've seen some menus in my time, but what a menu this is. Not much to say here, pretty boring, so let's resume the game. I got you good, we haven't actually got anything to resume. And so, right away, different from games nowadays, is that the game just almost starts straight away. Yeah, you know that FMV earlier? That one? Yeah, well you have to sit through all the company flashy logos in order to get to it. It's actually one big supermassive FMV. If you skip those splash arts, you miss the story, or what little you can make of it anyway. So after a surprisingly short loading screen, the game begins, and what in the name of all that's holy is this?
Look at this!
I mean, it's not that I actually get art or anything, but I guess if you compare this to Picasso or something, this is actually a masterpiece in virtual gaming art. I mean, for God's sake, Star Fox looked better than this. The FMV looked pretty good, why not this? So anyways, we start off stuck in a cell. Yeah, sucks, right? And it seems that we have to use all of our gaming instincts, all of our combined wits, intellect, and unquestionably pinpoint detective work to help escape this twisted nightmare. Or we just walk out. Excellent. Excellent! Anyway, before I get bombarded by an army of guards, let's check out the controls. It works very similarly to Tomb Raider, but in these claustrophobic space areas, it moves more like Resident Evil, which doesn't really work in this kind of game. There's also an aiming mode, which brings the camera right behind your fucking head, which also looks like a piece of poo. What do you aim at? Whatever is directly in front of you, which you can't see. We also have a run button, a duck button which doesn't let you move, a painfully slow back walk, and a weird side shot of Conrad whenever I press R2. What does he do? I have no idea. He seemed to be getting jiggy with it though. We shall call this the boogie button. Oh, he's reloading! Bottom line, without actually experiencing the controls for yourself, they suck. So after I get the hang of the control scheme, I move onwards. Oh wait, I forgot one button. What does this do? Whoa! It seems as though I'm literally leaping into action. What was that?
Open up, stranger.
Who are you?
It'll be easier to explain if you open the door, stranger.
I must warn you. I'm armed and dangerous.
Hello?
Oh yeah, you know, just invite yourself in. You know, make yourself at home. You know, I don't worry, I understand. I do, I really do. I love it when you do this, you know. By the way, what are you doing in my house? And why do you sound like the merchant from Resi 4?
Aren't I all you've been dreaming about?
No! Get out!
Well, can't I just stay for a cheeky little cup of flavourless tea and a chocolate digestive biscuit?
No!
Oh, please!
Get out of my house!
Okay, but before I leave, just ask yourself, what do I benefit from kicking out an innocent little creature?
Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, shitty game. So I exit the cell and already I'm shot out by an indescribable object. But yeah, you just kinda point and it kinda locks and it kinda shoots with kinda not so very good effects. That was easy. Well, I say that, I hope I have a lot of ammo for this thing. I'm assuming that it's unlimited? Who the hell knows? Well, at least I can sidestep in aim mode. So after that, I start jacking my swag as I exit the vicinity. Or not. Huh. You know, given the state of things, Conrad really acts like a pimp-ass mofo in dire situations. I love him for it. So I solve this mind bender by standing on the switch and having a brisk jog towards the time-constrained door. You know, mass high-security prison doesn't use key cards, just a little race from one end of the room to the other. So cute. So, the next room.
Puzzle number 1!
And like I always say, when in doubt, head left. So I walk around a bit, stand on this thing, and then another camera angle shows me that a roly death bot is heading towards me at top speed. Naturally, I shoot it, and it blows up. Or does it? And it's at this point where we get to see just what Conrad looks like while in aim mode. I kid you not, this is one of the greatest aim modes I've ever seen. Looks like the terror of the situation got to our little Conrad's head and into his bowels. And his downstairs problems don't even end there, as we can see here that now he really needs a whittle. This guy needs to sort out his issues. So I enter the next room, something moves, shoots me, I blow it up, but something is still attacking me. Yeah. Well, what do I do? What? Who's what? Oh. Oh my Jesus! Now that is a terrifying death scene. Turn that down a bit. I didn't turn that up. That is genuinely how loud it is. This is redonky dick. So here we go again. I do all this crap again and finally I see what was supposed to be attacking me. None other than Lizard Dude! But now I'm stuck. What do I do? I can't enter any cells, there's no switches, there's nothing to kill, I can't go back.
What do I do?
So I decide to press select and see that the screen fades to black. And I look around and notice that I have a new message that I've actually had since the start of the game. So let's have a look-see. And it gives me an ungodly important message that tells me exactly what I have to do. And why couldn't the game just start with it? Why wasn't I told about this? Why wasn't it in the FMV? But oh well, it may have given me a good idea what to do, but it does not, I repeat, does not help me right now. I was so stuck here that I got pretty bored, and I also noticed that whenever you hold the X button, it almost acts as an accelerator for Conrad. It doesn't matter if you're standing dead still, you'll just dart straight forward. Not great. Seriously, I'm stumped. I have no freaking idea what to do. Hey! What? How'd I do that? What? Oh God. I don't care. I'm further! Oh, this place is too damn big. Can I be asked to explore it? No, I can't. I'm losing patience with this. I also began to notice this indescribable flesh-coloured growth on Conrad's behind. I'm guessing it's the PDA, but I'd rather think of it as bare bum flesh. It's skin-coloured, bite me. So I do this, and I do that, and spider boss level, boss spider level, spider level, boss! Oh. Do this, do that, and...
Access granted to South Corridor Passageway.
Okay, what does that mean? Where is it? What is it? Oh, who cares? And we're going in this door over here. And here is what I like to call the impossible section, with endlessly respawning enemies and undodgeable attacks. A few seconds pass, and surprise, surprise, I die. Wait for it. It's coming.
Give it a second. It's hit, it's coming. Stop taunting me! Oh, Jesus!
Game over.
Well, call me a quitter. But you know what? I've lost patience with this game. All of it. Lost it. All. Gone. Out the window. Window's over there, actually. Which I guess now means I'm actually on the negative half of the critical response. Dated and awful graphics, broken controls, little instruction, sporadic difficulty, and for me, little to no fun. Which I guess means that dear old Fade to Black deserves the slaughter. Such a shame, really.
Prisoner 6 has escaped.
God damn it! Ho ho ho! Wow, Bratz girls, you really do have a passion for fashion. Excuse me, sorry, I was just wanking. Yeah, I think I got away with that. Anyways, greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show, where I have to do the dirty deed of deciding whether or not a game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. And finally, in the United Kingdom, last week saw the arrival of the British summer. Yeah, it's the start of August, and it might be a little bit late, but let us rejoice! But yet, despite the joy I'm feeling right now, I can't help feeling that something is amiss. What do I know? Curiosity is for tourists. You know what? Why would I stay in and play a game when I can live a little and indulge in this glorious weather? Let us go to paradise! You know what? I shall phone the holiday blokes and we'll go right now. Why not? Shall we? Yeah, let's do it.
Hello?
Good morrow to you, young wench. Tell me, when and where is the next flight to paradise?
That would be Hawaii, sir, but I'm afraid we are unable to send you there.
You bitch. Why ever not?
Well, there appears to be trouble in paradise.
No.
Yes, however, we can air send you a game that perfectly emulates paradise, and the trouble that it is experiencing, you can even fix yourself.
Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. When will it arrive?
Anytime now.
Ah!
Ah, Lilo and Stitch. I actually really liked this movie as a kid, and I still like it to this day. The animation, the humour, the music, the issues that it tackles. It's a fun and decently executed family movie. But like everything I like, something has to be made to compromise my faith towards it. And so, we have, today, right here, right now, this balling ape of Mount Dung. Movie licensed games, when will you ever learn? Ever? Nah, I didn't think so. So this game was made in 2002. A decade ago. Doesn't that make you feel so old now? I can understand that now you're probably feeling a bit blue about that fact.
Because Stitch is blue!
So to lighten you up, here's the title screen. Stitch is just chilling. Everything's cool. You cool? We cool? We're cool. Yay. And here pops up the menu screen. First impression is that it doesn't actually look that bad. Not exactly a surprise, for Disney games of that era such as Tarzan and Toy Story 2 looked good, so maybe this is actually amounting to something. I hope.
And we also have a polite little role model for the kids, Lilo, who greets us with a friendly,
"Hey, how you doing?"
"Well, hi Lilo, I'm fine thanks, how are you?" Oh wait. But yeah, the menu here is pretty basic. Not exactly Fade to Black level, don't get me wrong, but it's a close second. You've got all the basic stuff, so I shan't bore you with it all, but suffice to say, this game delivers a promising start. And this is even heightened by the in-game movie clips, which actually look pretty good as well. All in all, this game has my attention. But the question is, can it muster up enough juices to keep me invested? What does this game store in its sleeves, and how will it win me over? Whoa, hey, Nanny, you feeling alright? You look kinda... Okay, game, I forgive you, don't worry. I'll keep invested. Maybe the story will suffice my cravings.
Come on, Stitch. We can get some more photos for my wall.
Oh, so we collect photos. That's it? That's the goal? That's the point of this game? No one's trying to take over the island? The aliens aren't invading looking for Stitch? Nani doesn't need a fucking trip to the hospital or something? This just can't be the whole point of the game. Where's the so-called trouble in paradise that the box is advertising to me?
And what was Stitch doing with that frog?
Okay, whatever game. What evs? In it, bruv. I can stand that. Really, I can. But before I get too overexcited, let's run around for a second, see how this pudgy little Hawaiian girl controls. She can move anywhere and jump. Good start. However, her jumping feels really heavy. She can get airborne for sure, but inevitably plummets to planet Earth like a sack of baking potatoes. For a platformer, that's not great. And all the other buttons do Mr. Jack shit of the Coal and Gas Works Twentington Limited. Apart from Circle, which does this. This is our attack? What is it though? And if we press select, we have our map. You see that there? That's paradise, that is. Okay, jokes aside, let's just get this over with. Seems okay. Let's play some Trouble in Paradise. Ooh, we get an in-level tutorial.
How sweet.
Let's see. Oh, so that's what Circle does. Voodoo.
Introducing black magic for the little fuckers. Kill innocent and fucking endangered tropical creatures. Punish fucking friends by means of extreme fucking violence. And best of all, quick and fucking simple assembly with no fucking mess. Call now to disintegrate today and receive a free fucking of glowing egg finger drum.
Black magic for the little fuckers is a finger thing. Bum 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 bum. And we also get taught a bum bash. That is not me trying to be funny. To quote the game, we just performed a bum bash. No, personally, I like to call it the homing arse drop myself. I'm guessing that you can see a huge resemblance to Crash Bandicoot here, which is very true. The layout, pickups, breakable objects, hell, even the enemies, they didn't even try with this. So we go around this paradise-like stage while everything everywhere is trying to destroy you. Seems legit. No, picking flowers ain't that cute. Okay, wait a second, no, seriously, I think the tutorial just got a little bit lost. Why on earth would you tell me, of all people, to press X to jump here, when not a moment ago, you told me to jump and then press circle to bum bash? Kids may be dumb and all that, but don't insult their intelligence that blatantly. Hey game, you see that line over there? Yeah, you just crossed that line, game. Not cool. Anyways, each stage features 100 collectibles, a bonus clapperboard, and the 4 main things that you need to advance the story. In this case, photos. It's also basic and pointless. It's starting to remind me of a certain racing game. Oh my god, no. Oh my, no! Oh my god, no! Not the music! No! Well, at least Lilo and Stitch's music is forgivable. It's pleasant enough, if not a bit stockish. And Hound Dog at the beginning menu was cool enough. Let it pass, I guess? Well, we finished stage 1, and off we go to our second hub. Seems pretty calm. No trouble in paradise as of yet. Oh my good bloody god! What is that, Disney? Why is it here? Why does it want Lilo dead? Some questions I fear will never be answered. But what I can say about it is that these are mini-bosses that block each locked stage. Beat this thing that belongs in Nightmare Creatures and you may advance. I'm starting to question Nani's guardian skills. And how many people actually sleep at night knowing that that thing is lying there? Hell, why is no one outside anyway, while they're letting a little girl get mauled by Colossus over here? Good god, fireballs too?
Jesus save me!
To be fair, actually, this is a pathetic excuse for a boss. Here is the epic battle in its entirety for you to behold. Ah well, it may have been easy, it may have been pointless, but at least it follows the movie. Oh, for f***! Oh. Hi, Stitch. Where in God's name did you come from? Okay, here we are on stage 2, still looking for the photos, but now we shall terrorize the town for them. The first thing you'll notice is 2 different attacks, a pathetic spit attack and a spit. Yeah. Also, I noticed that whenever you attack an enemy, Lilo or Stitch freeze momentarily. It's hard to explain, but basically you can't move past the obstructing enemy until they have fully disappeared. And given how sensitive these moving controls are, that makes it very scary near water or a crevice, where you can just dart forward at any given moment. Anyways, this stage also features some human enemies, who, apart from all looking exactly the same and having the same occupation, all respond to this monstrous alien with a firm sweep away.
That'll teach the young whippersnapper!
And along with the more varied attacks, Stitch also has an ape-shitter-meter. Yeah, that's what the manual says. And when you collect enough coffee cups, the ape-shitter-meter allows you to unleash your energy in one big invincibility special move. This move allows Stitch to curl into a ball and destroy everything for about 6 seconds. Where that may sound handy, it's anything but. The control is broken beyond belief. Where does Stitch go? I don't know. Sometimes you bounce, sometimes you don't. Can you adjust the speed? No. And when first receiving this power, the moment it gives you incentive to use it, it ends up bringing innocent little children to this platforming section, with a special power that can't jump or remain still. This is one of the most grueling things you could ever hope to achieve control over in your life. Even trickier than a woman. It's a joke! Also, on a little side note, you might have seen me die once or twice, but this game is chock full of lives aplenty. There is absolutely no way you will ever get a game over. Absolutely none. I know it's a kid's game, but there's no way. The game just, it doesn't give you an excuse to stop playing. You just got to keep going. You're given all these extra lives. The difficulty doesn't actually get much harder. You just have to keep going. Anyways, finish the stage, on we go. Hey, Lilo, listen, do you mind kind of just... do you mind... No? You're... No? Oh. Okay. Okay. No worries. Mini-bots. Nothing different here. Except we get a decent lesson in how to panic with Stitch. Do that. Flawless. Next stage equals Lilo, really spicing up the gameplay a notch. The more I play this, the more I realise how pointless and momentously boring this is. There is literally no point to the creation of this game and the contribution to the video gaming world. It's just one big massive stock fest, much like Rascal Racers. But from a Disney game, you'd expect some standard, some effort, some heart, something! Instead, we're doing the same old shit every level, except the collectibles, in this case pineapples, some of the enemies, in this case a plant that attacks 3 times instead of 1, kind of catching me off guard, bastard. And the environment changed slightly. Wait, and what was it that I said earlier? First impression is that it doesn't actually look that bad. Well, I take that back. Look how empty this paradise is. It's nicely smoothened and all that jazz, but honestly, where's the Disney imagination with this? And I think I have to take something else back as well. Despite the fact I said earlier that this music was okay, and it is better than Rascal Racers by any means, it's still starting to grate at me. Although I suppose this game delivers nail-biting dilemmas, such as whether or not I should destroy this tiki statue to grab the flower inside it, or jump on it beforehand to grab this.
Good call.
And science? No. To be honest, that's as much diversity as the game allows. Great stuff. And ooh, a new power? What could this be? Oh, you know, because obese sunburnt men are hilarious! Next Stitch level, blah, blah. Holy shit! Falling log! What was that about? And who the hell planted TNT all over this godforsaken island? What am I playing? What am I doing with my life? First boss level. Myrtle? Oh yeah, because it had to follow the film somehow. It's a race. It's deadly. Myrtle gets blowed up. It's funny. It's easy. Fuck off. Ooh, and Cobra Bubbles is in this game too? We are being spoilt, my friends. But I'm sorry, despite how cool your voice is, you cannot redeem this. And look, for our final present, photos have now been changed to records. God shoot me! Well, that was turdish. Yeah. This game gets the slaughter. No second thought.
it's your birthday today and we're watching this video, then happy friggin' birthday to you. If you're British, enjoy this weather, and remember to stay beautiful. Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show, where I have to do the unthinkable and put games in their rightful place by deciding whether or not they should be slaughtered or salvaged. But before we go any further, I have to give two very special thank yous to two massively brilliant and very, very friendly and just genuinely fantastic channels. I have a very strong feeling that you know exactly who these guys are, and hell, half of my subscribers that I've picked up over the last week know of my existence because of these guys. So two very special thank yous are a must for the guys at Did You Know Gaming and of course The Completionist. And I can't thank you guys enough for checking out my videos and sharing them and just basically being very supportive and just brilliantly brilliant people and letting me grab a few more beautiful people for myself and giving me a chance in the masses of the gaming, watching, video content, watching audiences all over the world, and to have a chance to swim in that crowd, for me, is just fantastic, and I can't thank you enough for that. And who knows, something magical might happen out of this. We're not too sure yet, it's far too early to say, but if something fantastic does spring out of this, then these two channels over here, these brilliant guys, these guys are the initial thank yous, and I've got to thank you again. If I could do anything from all the way over here in the United Kingdom to pay back this, or just do something to show my gratitude, I would. So, if you guys watch it, well, I'm offering myself. If I can do anything, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do it. And I've said all my thank yous, I've rambled on long enough, so let's get on with the show, and I'm gonna warn you, just in case you guys shit yourselves, I'm about to go nostalgic on your ass. Rugrats! Yes, yes, yes! I loved the Rugrats as a kid, and I shan't lie, I will watch it if I'm flicking around TV and stumble across it. The show, apart from being hugely nostalgic for me, filled me with a strong sense of
fun and happiness,
and it softened me with its
serenity and comforting vibes.
Yeah, there were one or two flaws here and there, and it wasn't the best show on TV by any means, but come on, the nostalgia levels are just off the charts for me. Now I'm just gonna cut the bullshit here because you guys all know the characters and you all know the show, so why am I saying anything about it? There's no point whatsoever. Moving on. Naturally, the show was a huge success on Nickelodeon, and merchandise flew off the shelves in vast numbers, leading to titty-huffing to develop 8 Rugrats games, spanning a few different genres over a few different formats. Although, despite the fact that I was a massive Rugrats fan, I only own 5 of these Rugrats games. And wouldn't you know, I was a dumb kid. And so I just happened to own the only game dedicated for much younger players. And not just any much younger players, mind you, but younger players of the opposite crapping sex.
Totally Angelica.
This is one of the few games in my whole collection that is dedicated solely to young female players, apart from... Wow, Bratz girls, yeah, that one. But this right here is something truly special.
And obviously, as I am an ungodly fashion pioneer, this game is perfect for my taste.
Now, first thing to note is that this is the only game I have in my whole collection with a mangled spine. Go on, ask.
What?
Go on, ask why.
Get stuffed, I'm reading.
Oh, just ask, bitch.
Wanker.
Oh, okay, what was that for?
You called me a bitch, you wanker.
No, I didn't.
You did. I heard you.
I really didn't.
Okay then, what did you call me?
A bitch.
So why was the spine mangled?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Because I didn't actually like this infant girl game at all when I was an adolescent little boy, so I actually
drowned it in wine many years ago.
And 10 years later, the bastard thing still won't open properly. Ah, totally Angelica. I've missed you. Ugh, look at the pink, hideous
disc! Look at those disfigured pages! Look at those dirty wine stains! And look at this horrific language! Now, even though this isn't too pleasant to look at per se, I think that the main problem is that it's aimed at the kiddie girl demographic, yet it stars the only character in the whole show that was a complete fanny of a person. Not one thing was likeable about her. She may have been relatable to 1 or 2 girls out there, but why would you use her to promote this? Why would I play a game based off a fanny over here?
No.
But nevertheless, I did, and I finished it as well. I'm not going to be finishing it again, don't worry about that. But for old time's sakes, let's have a revisit of Totally Fanny and see if it's just as bad as I remember it. Do I really want to press start? No. If I have to. Okay, so after one of the longest loading screens I've ever seen in my life, we get this pleasant little opening.
You can be as beautiful and graceful as me, Cynthia. Open, open, open! Open, 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 open! Open, open.
Oh well. Didn't need them anyway. So our plot for today is that darling little Angelica's playset for her doll was destroyed. By herself. And so what do we do? We make our own fashion show. In a mall.
Welcome to Make Believe Mall.
Ooh, it's Tommy! He sounds so fucking cute!
Just as cute as I remember. Oh, what a delightful little cameo. Made my day. You know, it's a shame we're actually stuck with Fanny, though. By the way, all of this mall, this fashion show, this bloody game, it's all in her imagination. All of it. So, I'm assuming that the babies have all passed out on the floor in the living room as this fantastic and utterly pointless premise is carried out in Angelica's head. How does this plot come full circle? Well, by completing a very somewhat diverse variety of minigames, every completion of set minigame awards you with an item of clothing, makeup, jewelry, etc., all depending on the shop of the mall that you entered. I'm not going to bother critiquing the controls as you only move left and right. And X makes you walk. Very slowly.
Why?
And you can enter and exit each shop with forward and back. There's nothing much to say. The controls are pretty responsive in the mini-games, but we'll get to that in a bit. Graphically, it looks like Rugrats. Just a little bit creepy. Here I am, just derping around, can't decide where to go first. Where am I gonna go?
Welcome to the Cookie Catch.
Oh, hi Tommy. Oh, he's so cute. Cookie Catch sounds fun. Let's have a look-see.
Catch the falling fast as you can.
Seems simple enough, so let's begin. I hope this is like a Crash and Bash level, because if it is, then yes, are we in for a treat. So the aim of this stage is that we go left and right and catch all the falling cookies. And that's it.
Okay, well that just sucks! Why in the name of Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome would this be classed as anything resembling a game? That was pointless! Horrible! Do I feel accomplished? I got a pink dress! Hippity fucking Ray! Let's hope I win this fashion show, eh?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. That won't happen again. That isn't fair. I'm sorry. But seriously, I know that Crash and Bash'em was made for multiplayer, and the campaign mode got a little tiresome with the repetition of the minigames to win the trophies, but in this game, you're expected to replay this shit for about 4 or 5 times, because you can, and almost need, to win these different items of fashion in each category. There's no other way to acquire the different items. You have to repeat the same game on each floor about 5 times to win everything, oftentimes even more. And if this is all in little Angelica's imagination, the little girl in the cartoon who wanted everything in the world spoon-fed to her without any effort or hard work on her part, then why on earth would she go through with this? It makes no sense.
This is slowly losing my patience.
Okay, maybe that game was just a dud. I've got another 2 to try. Guide me to it, Tommy.
Shop to you, Muppet! Fluffy's Pinball Maze!
Pinball Maze. Sounds awesome. I'm thinking Zen Pinball meets Doom. I can't wait. Okay. 1 button, folks. Bounce the ball around. I've got nothing, guys. Got nothing. I can't say or do anything to exacerbate the ridiculousness of this situation. This is just awful. Unfortunately, nearly every minigame uses perhaps 1 or 2 buttons, maybe even 3 if you're lucky.
Hey Caddy, have you heard about this game Slender? Everyone's playing it. Wait. What the hell are you playing?
It's not what it looks like. I can explain.
Are you playing a girl's game?
No! No, I'm not.
You are. You totally are. This will make one hilarious status.
No! Don't! I told you, it's not what it looks like!
Yeah, it is, Caddy. And now the whole world will know that you're just a wussy, girly girl.
I'm warning you, mister. If you make that a Facebook status, I swear to God.
Oh, the little baby girly girl is getting stressy. Think it's time for bed.
I mean it, man. Fuck off.
Who's a little girly girl? Caddy's little girly girl. I'm not a girly girl, cause Caddy is a...
Totally Fanny.
So anyway, got myself some fetching outfits. Let's accessorize, modernize, caramelize, and bastardize. I'm actually a little bit excited here. This is actually kind of like next level stuff here. Just a few more things. Yeah. Haha. Here we go. Awesome, my darling. You look fucking sexy tonight. Okay, let's go. The moment of truth.
We have our judges, hardened by experience and years of fashion grafting, and our supermodel looking for a chance in the big harsh world. The outcome, no one is quite sure of yet. This may alter the course of this aspiring young woman's career and give new insight to our veteran judges.
Ouch. Sorry, little angel. I don't think you made the cut. Whoa, not even your own grandfather is giving you a break, Fanny.
Sorry, darling, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. You look fucking hideous, and I'm afraid I'm gonna have to give you a 2 out of 10 for looking terrible and being a fanny of a granddaughter. Fuck you. Now where's my potato salad?
Good God. You wouldn't believe that this is all you do. But yes, this is it. For 5 floors. No change, no spice, no salt, no pepper, no sweet chili sauce, no milk, no chives, no herbs, no dirty washing water, absolutely bugger all. Great game. You know what? For shits and giggles, let's just go in as our normal self and see if that makes a difference. Okay, that was kind of funny. Congrats, game, you made my day. Yeah! Well, I don't really want to replay any mini-games, but the game can't be that badly programmed that we are able to just enter with the same outfit and accumulate exactly the same points. That'll be stupid. Let's try it! Wait, are you shitting me? Yes, the game just shat me. Are you telling me that I can just keep replaying the same fashion show with the same clothes and accumulate the same points in order to advance to the next floor, therefore completing the game? It can't be. It just can't be. But in order to get to the next floor, you need to collect a certain amount of points from every fashion show you do, obviously. And it seems to me that I've reached my goal, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the strangest victory music and celebration I have ever seen from any movie, game, book, or table. I don't know, I kind of feel indifferent about that. I don't know if I should be happy or just sick. Anyways, next floor, let's see what other minigames we have here. Oh God, oh no! What's with all this granny pink everywhere? Where are we? Are we in Katie Price's... Actually, let's not go there. Ever again. Everything is the same here, except the mini-games include frog catching, 1 button. Follow the leader, 2 buttons. And Metal Gear Grandpa, which uses the arrow buttons.
What was that noise?
What's the point in saying anything more about this? honestly.
Thanks for playing in our store.
Oh, Tommy, you're beginning to outstay your welcome. Got me a wig and some jewellery, I look positively fantabulosa, so let's wow the imaginary audiences once more. Okay, Phil, it isn't that funny. Okay, just stop laughing, please. Stop! Pretty damn good, if you don't mind me saying. I am not going through with this again. Oi, Fanny, stop getting so pissy at me. It's not my fault that you headlined such a horrible game. It's not my fault, it's your fault!
Welcome to
Tommy, shut up!
Hey, was that totally Angelica I just heard?
No one must know.
I like to play with Legos. I like to touch them. I like to snap them together. I love those little bric-a-bracs. And there's no finer feeling in this life than standing on a lonely and abandoned piece of Lego. Preferably a 2x4 piece of the deep red colour, like a solidified blood cube, ready for a soulmate to bond and share an intimate connection and create extraordinary things. I love Lego. Now you must leave at once. I must have my fix. And I can't do it while you're watching!
Lego. I love Lego, you love Lego, we all love Lego. Everybody loves Lego. Mega Bloks? Bollocks to you, because it isn't Lego. Why is it called Lego? Who cares? Actually, I care. So let's wiki up Lego and see what Lego means.
Oh, I see!
So Lego is shortened for the Danish for play well. Well, how appropriate, because I don't know anybody that didn't play damn well with Lego. God, all this talk of Lego has made me want to go and buy some Lego. Okay. Oh dear. Sorry, Lego, I do go by the philosophy of don't touch what you can't afford, and in your case, I ain't ever gonna touch you again. Nowadays, there is too much Lego, too much of it, and at too high of a cost. And I doubt that you won't ever leave the house without hearing about Lego somewhere. I mean, if they can get away with whatever this thing is, then why not make Lego everything? Everywhere. And then some. Okay, I'll give Lego a break, because my sister was actually telling me what I should review next, and she was all like,
Yeah, you should do this.
and I was all like,
No fucking way, man. No fucking way. I'm a man.
and she was like all up in my grill, and she said,
Hey, but I wanna see you play it and, do a review.
and I was like, bitch, you ain't got nothing on me. And then she was all like,
Okay.
and so I get to play Lego Racers for the PS1. It must be good, surely. It's got Lego in it. It made the Star Wars prequels actually look good. So I guess we can't go wrong. Am I right?
I said, am I right? I said, am I right?
I said...
So does this game get slaughtered or salvaged? I guess we need to, play the game before we can actually decide. And I cannot apologise enough. But if you're over 99 years old, I am so sorry. You won't actually be able to play the game because it's illegal or some shit like that. Now, first things first, I love this opening. Even for a Lego game on the Playwell station. You see what I did there? Because, Playwell means Lego. This opening gets me hyped up to play this game, alone or with a friend. And as the FMV isn't of real people, which I'm sure most of you know terrifies me, then they can easily get away with Lego characters and make it look pretty cool. Let's not forget as well that the PS1 graphics will work in Lego's favour, as most of the attempts of real fucking people in PS1 games always look like Lego anyway. Okay, what language do I want? Svenska! What else would it be? Oh my god, I'm completely regretting what I just did. Someone, anyone, help me please. I'm kind of lost. Help! I feel so. Help me! Also, the soundtrack kicks you in the balls from the minute you start it up.
Every song is nicely themed and placed, and there is never a dull moment in the soundtrack. It's always fast-paced and exciting to match the vibes. And hell, there isn't even a dull moment in this game, saying that. And everything is always amped up and ready to blow at you at any given point all over your face. Now, the box claims that this is the first racing game ever to incorporate building and driving simultaneously. And with that undeniable fact, I don't want to research it because that means researching it. I head for the build option, because why would you build things in real life when you can use video games, eh? Naturally, I was just picking around and I decided to make a LEGO Spaceman Super Future High-Tech LEGO Ancient Kung Fu Master Supersonic LEGO Ultra Beta version 0.01 LEGO Pai Mei from Kill Bill Volume 2, because why not? And for the car? Bingo! 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 Bungle! Now, if there was a better pair of racer and driver for this game, I reckon that these two would be pretty hard to beat, don't you say? We also have a few modes to explore, and each one, surprisingly, does have something to offer. Time trial? Yeah, like in every racing game ever made? Well,
no!
Because you'd actually want to beat the times. Shocking, I know. Because you can actually unlock mega-powered bricks for your car to help you beat the circuit races, and defeat the reigning champions in circuit mode. As for the champions, they each have different flaws, strengths, power-up uses, and cars and people parts ready for the taking. If you beat them, that is.
Okay, I'm gonna slow down. I think I might have overloaded you there. Nah, you'll be fine.
So I started the Pirate Cup and I get this pretty ballsy message from my first champion I must defeat. He seems like a good sport. Well, we'll see if that's the case. When I beat him. Oh yeah, I meant that. And here we go! Woohoo! And as you can see, this is really damn fast, and for an intended kids game, it's very hard to grasp the control scheme firmly. And despite the fact that I'm driving the best aerodynamically designed car on planet Lego, that doesn't help with how the car steers or drives, which is a shame. But my favourite part is when I'm flicking through the different driving views, and I wonder, what exactly does that look like from Pai Mei's perspective? And here it is! Yay! Pai Mei can't actually see anything from his car. I can drive, me.
Okay, enough screwing around. It's time to get real. Behind the wheel. Punk.
The races feature a neat little power-up system, where yellow blocks represent obstructions, red represents projectiles, blue represents shields, and green represents speed boosts. Now the white blocks are where it's at, because you can pile up to 4 white bricks on top of your desired colour to upgrade the power-up you're currently holding. For example, I got myself a speed boost here, yet 4 white blocks on top means that I can leap through dimensions and beat the game.
Yes!
And I also picked up that old Redbeard is very kinky with his projectiles. They're the only thing that he picks up and uses against you, and when you get hit, then you'll be lucky to catch up to him again. Unfortunately, the game isn't that cool enough that the bricks of your car disappear when you get hit, even though that was solved in the sequel, so instead you lose your current power-up, or 1 brick of it if you upgraded. Your computer players as well are almost too good in this as well. I must say, for child orientation, this game may be slightly off-putting. This is the first circuit, remember, and even I, an 18-year-old loser, found it a bit tricky.
Although saying that, the difficulty for me anyway was perfect.
Every race I finished made me feel like I had triumphed over something genuinely difficult, and it made me feel pretty good. It's not too easy, and it's not too hard.
Unless you're a stupid little kid, in which case it's too close to impossible.
Man, I love the environments in this. It makes me feel like someone had built this playground for me to race around in, and unlike... go die in a hole! They're actually quite more varied than that. Every track feels fun to navigate, and there are even shortcuts that at times can be tricky to figure out. All the elements of a good racing game are here, and the only thing really holding it back is the difficulty and the stiff controls for younger players. Other than that, not bad, Lego. Not bloody bad. Okay, what I mentioned earlier about difficulty, well, this is the first ever circuit, and it really proved quite a challenge for me. Damn! Ah! Damn it! Wankstain! Shit! Shit! Bugger! Shit! Bugger! Shit! Balls! Bugger! Shit! 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 Bugger! Shit! I mean, it's like every time I inch ahead, old Redbeard catches up. God damn it! So close! Okay, last lap. I'm not gonna let him win.
like to call myself a pretty avid gamer, but that right there made me feel like Overlord of the Universe. Genuinely incredible. Well, it turns out I came first on everything. Oh, you know, because I'm motherfucking boss level. And we get to see Redbeard sulk in defeat. Yeah, I think you may have been telling Porky Pies earlier, you little cutie. You big, little, silly wanker. And look at that, we've even unlocked his parts for ourselves. Life rules sometimes.
I can't believe this. This might be the first time ever on the Caddicarus show where I've actually found a game worth salvaging. I mean, for kids anyway, there are one or two minor control issues and mind-fuckingly crazy races and absurd difficulty at times, but you know what? Me, had real fun with this. The most fun I've had in anything else I've done so far over there. Yeah. You know what? Fuck the negative critics, fuck the kids, and... Oh. No, I think I should rewrite that. And fuck it all! This game is getting the salvage. Just gotta set my Star Trek phaser to salvage mode. Yep. Well, I guess if it's your birthday today while watching this video, then happy freaking birthday to you. And remember to stay beautiful, I guess. Today was a good day, I'm so happy. Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show, where I have to do the math and decide whether or not a game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. And today, I'm reviewing something new. Yes, I know, shocking to think, but you know, I don't live under a rock. Well, but anyways, yeah, I'm doing a new game. But this game explores much more mature and adult themes than that of Totally Fanny or Lego Racers. Because this game deals with such themes as isolation, paranoia, and kidnap. You know, as opposed to imaginary fashion shows and Lego pirates. And you know, I kinda surprised myself with the step up here, and I've probably shocked you guys as well. So, you know, to prove that I'm not a wussy girly girl, I am reviewing the recent indie horror game on the PC, known simply as Slender. Halloween? Yeah!
I first heard about the Slender Man after playing Minecraft and wondering what in the name of Satan's portion that was, and why was it so creepy and random in the middle of this Minecraft universe. And why can it teleport? So after looking into the matter, I discovered all about the Enderman's backstory on Minecraft through the history of the beast best known as Slender Man, via YouTube documentaries, mythological studies, and of course the Marble Hornet entries. And I don't care what anybody says, I'm a sucker for this kind of paranormal stuff, so despite the unknown opinions on whether it's blind truth or a complete sodding lie, I thought the whole entire mythology behind the Slenderman was fascinating, and very well constructed, as well as bloomin' unsettling. Yeah, even more so than PS1 FMV of real peoples. So it was only a matter of time before some fancy-pantsy indie game company would come along and make a fancy-pantsy indie game to accompany the legend, and let innocent fools experience the horror of the Slenderman for themselves. What we got out of that was a little title known as Slender. Obviously, being an indie game, this survival first-person horror experience is set at a very low budget, with a limited control scheme and a simple objective, not to mention a completion time of about 10 minutes once you know what to do. So Parsec Productions had to really heighten the bar with the horror game genre if they wanted to create a memorable and downright scary experience in a gameplay span of about 10 minutes. The game, Slender, has to make you feel tender. And from the reaction videos I've seen so far, the truth about men is demonstrated. It makes men scream like girls. It fixes them into women. So the truth is, Slender can make you tender, as well as being a gender mender.
And you know what? I'm chicken shit when it comes to this kind of stuff. I love it with a passion, but I'm chicken shit when it comes to it. So what I've done, I've waited until nighttime to do this for you guys, because you're looking especially beautiful today, and there is a bit of light behind me.
the beam of light, which is the living room because there are lights on because people are still congregating downstairs. Congregating downstairs. And the only artificial light is coming from the computer monitor in front of me. So we have done this in the most efficiently, incredible, bombastically fantabulosic way possible. And yeah, I'm fucking alone. So now I'm actually ready to properly tackle this little lost puppy. Which isn't really a puppy and more like a demonic death machine of death. Machine.
So we boot up the game and, naturally, the graphics can only be fantastic, my dear. And straight away, boom! In the game. No fucking around. No story. Just skip the foreplay and fuck it in the face. I love that. It's just like Atari. It just drops you in the middle of that. I adore it. So in case you're stupid, the objective is collecting 8 pages. Apart from that initial complication, it's a pretty straightforward show. You are given a torch at your disposal, so in case you're stupid, you can turn it off if you wish. And that's it. The minimum naked bare necessities of a game. And also the first thing you pick up is that you move so goddamn slow and sprinting doesn't help much either. Using those simplistic mechanics within the game heavily works in its favour, as you really do feel helpless, lost and hunted by something that will, no matter what you do,
eventually get you.
As for Slendy, you don't really know much about him, but what you do know is that he really doesn't want you taking his beautiful drawings, so he begins spawning and stalking you until you eventually die. Where does he spawn? Why? I don't know. Bad programming? Maybe. Or maybe not. Where this can mean that sometimes you never see him once in an entire playthrough, the random occurrences you will witness from him will guarantee to give you chills, and the fact that there are no set rules to how or where he pops up makes it that much more horrific. The music is droning, the sound effects are harsh and repellent, and it really wants you to remember what you just played. Now I did play this after coming away disappointed by Fear 3, so stepping into this was a hugely refreshing and raw experience, much like how fear itself is one of mankind's rawest emotions.
And this game loves to grab your fear by the skin and give it a little bit of a massage. It's quite nice. Give it a little bit of a tweak, possibly. Then maybe give it a bit of a harsh pinch. And then slap it all around because you shall die.
And when it comes to horror games, that's what I like. Basic and atmospheric tension, fear of the unknown, fear of even seeing what's chasing you. Now when you can say that about your game, you can tell that you've fulfilled your life's goal. Now the only real problem is that the game is set in a forest. This may be true enough to the Slendy mythology, but still the open environment can really ruin the claustrophobic feeling it should be putting across. It's like you've always got a chance to escape, which does give the player that little glimmer of hope, which is kinda nice, but it still means that Slendy isn't too much of a threat once you start setting ground. Now, I can't really play this game, since every attempt of mine usually ends like... yeah, that. So as you can see, when the screen starts going all on you, it means you're about to be taken by him, so you can just sprint away. Except for me. It didn't work. It makes no sense. Am I missing something here? Oh shit, 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 oh my goodness gracious me! I've been taken by... No! I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it! Where am I? Where am I? Oh my god, where am I? What's going on? Get me out! Get me out of here! Lesson for today, kids. If you don't get what you want, fucking scream. Yep. I think it succeeds in its goal pretty well. Another thing I picked up on is how the game is actually, when all is said and done, pretty easy. Once you've figured out what to do anyway, and not when you get, you know, one page. But yeah, once you figure out the secrets, such as never looking behind you, never stop moving, and remembering your set path, you can get this game aced in no time, which isn't the best of things, but when it comes to showing off to your cowardly adversaries, it really does come in handy. To be honest, for the most part, it's like a lottery of game programming. You can get the hardest and damn well scariest playthrough in the whole world, or the one time where it's as easy as breathing a frizzy cheesy breeze out of the 3 frizzing cheese trees. You just sit here and you think, what's the point of everything? Life, death,
Okay. What? What was that? You can't just do that. You turned me away. I was going along nicely, and that wasn't me. That was the game. I'm not even joking. That was the game that did that. The game did that. When do games fucking disobey? That's not right, game. It's not fucking right. You should sort your fucking...
As for me, even though it's very easy to figure out and ace the game without a sweat, for being a free download, yeah, a free download, the simplistic mechanics, creepy as hell atmosphere, and potential scares it could squeeze out in a 10-minute sitting, given into consideration the past independent history of the game, then it's easily deserving of the salvage. If it's your birthday today while watching this video, then happy freaking birthday to you. Don't let the Slender Man take you. And remember to stay beautiful.
Look at that!
Legend has it that it was developed by the Dark Ones. Malum defuncte ave ad regem. Roughly translated, Evil Dead, hail to the king. To trace the origins of this game, we must go back to the days when Harry Potter was still an awkward little shit, and when the world was graced with Windows XP. It was probably this operating system that was used to design the inlays and the instruction manual, but I don't know that, to be fair. I'm just assuming, baby. Anyway, the game was released in 2001 in the PAL format. It was then that the Dark Spirits rose again to publish it. It is said that a hero came from the UK, a man who defeated this evil and buried the game in a friend of a father of a friend's country house. And it lay there for a good few minutes for the purposes of this opening, because it actually stays on my shelf most of the time. And then this hero brought the game to a small cabin where he could play it undisturbed.
No!
He didn't like it.
Okay, so I'm Caddicarus, you know who I am, and I say blah 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 blah, and then I decide whether or not a game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. But you know what? You know that this game already deserves the slaughter, but you're probably thinking the same thing that I was thinking, which is, I like this, The Evil Dead, no spin-off of The Evil Dead because it's amazing, could possibly be awful, but no! You'd be wrong. Very wrong. Wrong with a capital F. Anyways, you're probably wondering why this is, so without further ado, let's resurrect this demon into a manifestation of the flesh and give it the beating that it deserves.
First things first, this intro. It's alright, I guess. It adds absolutely nothing new in terms of the Evil Dead universe, but for pure giddy and warm feelings of seeing this intro on a PS1 game, it serves a nice purpose. And Bruce Campbell is in this! Good enough start, I suppose. Sort of atmospheric. Interested in playing this? So let's give it a go, eh? What's with this soundtrack? Am I playing The Evil Dead or The Omen video game? Damien Goes West. I don't know, it seems a little bit out of place.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
Oh yes, more FMV.
I think my dream catcher caught a dream. My God! Seeing Ash Williams in PS1 FMV!
I've always wanted to see that. Just keep it away from me. Okay.
Jenny.
Nice read there, Bruce. I almost felt like you actually gave a shit.
Groovy.
Oh yeah, okay, that was epic. All good so far, I suppose. Except the story. Ash! Baby cakes! After all we've been through in all 3 movies, why, oh why do you think that Jenny is alive? And why would you bother searching for her? Remember Linda, Ash? Do you remember her? I do. And I remember that you saved her. Oh wait, no you didn't!
I mean, come on. Ash, you and Mario need to realise that some things are just too pointless to fight for.
And you know what? Just for that, I'm not gonna read your stupid fucking nose.
Groovy.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Let's do it again.
Groovy, 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 groovy.
Oh god, is this actually the equipping soundbite? Let's make this double groovy. Or doubloovy. Okay guys, that's enough bumming each other for one day, so let's sit down and play the game. Oh no, it seems though someone slipped me a copy of Resident Evil and not Evil Dead Hail to the King. And don't worry, I'm not going to be talking about Resident Evil that much, so be cool. So we've got to go and pick up the pages of the Necronomicon because it's Evil Dead, remember? But did you see the book prior to this? How do you know the pages aren't in Istanbul or something? I don't know. Ask the writers who were as high as a 747, flying a kite attached to a satellite. In space. Naturally, what I do with most games of this era is press every single damn button on the controller and see what I can do to Bruce Campbell. I can see something on the desk, assuming it's a collectible, so I try picking the thing up. And this is where I discover the random moves. Firstly, I found out that Ash is a figure skater, and the character animation isn't too bad either. But these two good things are then trampled on by the bad stuff. Listen to this chainsaw swipe. How very threatening. Don't whip me with that thing, heaven forbid. I might get a scabby boo-boo. So we get started with 2 hand-to-hand weapons and a handgun, as well as the boomstick later on, no less. And I also noticed this, the one-liner button, which I reckon every game ever needs in its scheme.
Come get some. Let's go. Yo.
It really brightens everything up. Anyways, your arm chainsaw can be started up, as it runs on fuel, which runs out very quickly, I might add. But it seems that it can be only started with your mind. Anyway, I'm trying to pick this thing up here, and I can't. I really can't. I'm trying every button here, and nothing is working. Like, what? What button? Why am I wasting my time here? What button is it? Ah, fuck it. I don't care. And so I have a little walkabout. Everything actually looks quite nice. Ooh, pre-rendered backgrounds, almost like Resident Evil. And after some wandering around, I come across a Christ! Ah! Jump scares! Almost like Resident Evil. And this battle goes on for a good while, I must say. It just keeps going, and going, and going, and going, and constantly fucking going. And they aren't easy to kill, and believe it or not, they pop up absolutely everywhere, and usually they drop a health pickup, meaning that the health that you wasted fighting one of these things is immediately replenished like nothing ever happened. They are just a pain in my plebeian arse and completely pointless. And you move like a caravan, almost like Resident Evil. So after this happens, I look at my step backwards command. And not only can Ash turn on his chainsaw with his mind, he can also teleport with this screen change glitch I found. You know, I like it when things are broken, because then I can fix it with glue. But I can't fix this, because it's a video game. Yeah, I can't use glue on it. Where's my script gone? And have a look at this! Fixed camera angles. Almost like Resident Evil. And as it turns out, there is a pickup button. You just can't be pressing any other buttons in the process. Kind of aggravating. Anyway, we gotta find these pages and we gotta banish the Slender Man, I suppose. So where on earth could all these pages be exactly?
Oh, this must be one of those pages that I've heard so much about.
Okay, right, we're getting somewhere. Let's continue. This cabin is actually making me feel very tingly. It's just like in the movies. I really do like that. And the enemies aren't in the movies as far as I can remember, but they are deadites, so I guess there's no rules to that. I wonder what outside looks like. Whoop! Fuck that! I want to go in the kitchen. What's this over here? A few broken dishes.
Oh my god!
Also, during these numerous battles, there isn't really any dodge mechanic that I can find, so every battle is long, frustrating, health draining, and far too frequent. Not to mention that they can constantly respawn every minute that they can. And what's this? Limited ammo and chainsaw fuel along with other supplies? Almost like Resident Evil. It really isn't a good sign when programmers make you want to run away from your enemies more than fight them. Not because they're scary, but because they're too difficult. I'm not enjoying this experience. It feels like labor. And this game shouldn't be doing that. Okay? Sorted. Let's move on.
Oh my god! Just fuck off away from me! Why, Lisa, why?
Okay, that was kind of funny. Okay, what? Hey, what? Okay. I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck. This is really fucking cureless. What the shit do I do here? Finally, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking run. Run, Ash, run! Prance, Ash! Prance, gallop away to the woods with you! Leave your sons and daughters and just go, Ash! Prance like you've never pranced before! Okay. Peace and quiet.
Oh, fuck off!
Dead. Thanks. Shall we try this again, Penfold? By the way, save your game with tapes. Almost like Resident Evil. Right, now I'm not gonna fight a single enemy. I'm just gonna go another way and see what else I can find. Whilst running-ish. That seems to be working a lot. Keep on prancing, Ash, do a brother proud. Okay then, now where the spooning wobbegone am I now? Whoa, watch out, skeleton deadite.
Alright.
What is with that shitty little creep, eh? What? Is this Evil Dead or Doobie Scoo? Right. I really can't be arsed with labyrinths right now. Ah well, back up. Yep, get out of there.
Oh, Christ's sake!
This isn't scary, or tense, or even close to enjoyable. This is pure, condensed, raw aggravation. Not even poor old Bruce Campbell is saving this right now. Wow. Meh-ged. Something different. A page! Look! Yes! Progress! I'm making progress! A car! Look! It's a car! It isn't pre-rendered! It's interactive! Oh, look! We can interact with it! Look at it! Oh, thank the lords of all grace and happiness!
Fuck you! Fuck you, game! Why? Why did she have the keys? What is the point of any of this? God damn it, on to oblivion!
Alright, what's this? Is it a boss battle? Whoop whoop! Yep, you just saw me, I just beat it, I'm amazing. And I also get the health, which refills anything that I would have lost fighting the damn thing.
You respond, you motherfucker!
Send me to a bar and call me Wendy! Someone please give me a point to this! I'm calm. I am calm. I am a calm, gentle, fair, honest, sweet little ocean breeze. These things here? No, they're not even here. No, they're not here. I'm just ignoring them. And oh, not again! Just fuck off, all of you! Oh my god, man! Bugger me and piss all over the garden paving slabs! Let me splore! I just want to splore! Sploring is fun! I want fun! Oh! Okay. Dead end. Now I'm just beyond caring. Die. See if I care. I'll just restart it. And now the game breaks, so I can't try it again.
This game is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Evil Dead franchise, and picking this up in the bargain bin I thought was just amazing. But this is just bad. Now obviously this is a shameful Resident Evil clone, no longer than 5 years after that game's release. And to be honest, they obviously must have thought that that game was too slow because the combat system is hugely implemented into it, but yet it's just useless and frustrating, so what's the point? The gameplay is bland and repetitive, the soundtrack and the sound effects are bland and stereotypical, and not even dear old Bruce Campbell could save it. There was so much potential here. Just got wasted away, I guess. Clearly, this game gets the slaughter, but you know what? I'm not going to shoot it this time. No, I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to let it rot. I'm going to let it rot in this remote, isolated, demon-free cabin, probably next to something dead or something like that. So, happy Halloween to you all. If it's your birthday today or watching this video, happy freaking birthday to you, and remember to stay beautiful, I suppose. Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people. Halloween, it's come and it's gone. And us British, we don't even act like it's ever happened, so, you know, who gives two shits on a great big wolf found standing staring at me? But you know what Britain does go nuts over? Bonfire night.
Bomb and fire and lots of pretty explosions. And not to mention the health and safety precautions. Good God, we can't buy anything under the age of 18. Sparklers, fireworks, cutlery, party poppers, fireworks, razor blades, non-alcoholic beer, fireworks. But yeah, we do love our bonfire nights. Guy Fawkes night. The night of many centuries ago with gunpowder, treason and plot. So here's a video on my top 10 moments in video gaming I really couldn't take that seriously. It's got nothing to do with bonfire night. You know, whenever a game tries to establish itself as a force to be reckoned with, a powerhouse, a dead serious, deep and cinematic atom bomb? Yeah, those games. Whether or not these games try to be meaningful or philosophical or epic, or hell, even a mature experience that makes the gamer think,
fuck yes, these guys mean business.
These games really try to accentuate the idea that you should take them at least a little bit seriously. Not a kid's toy that you can throw at the fat kid at school. And sometimes, within these games, the intended seriousness of the experience is completely shattered by a variety of mediocre, ridiculous, or even downright hilarious moments, which in turn, ultimately suck you out.
Now, the only real rule here in this list is that I'm not going to include any games with an intended tongue-in-cheek attitude to them, so anything like Mario to Duke Nukem would not suit this list.
By the way, there might be 1 or 2 spoilers to everything I talk about today, so if you don't want to see them, bugger off.
Number 10.
Okie dokie, kicking off this list is a little game called Thief Deadly Shadows, where you do indeed thieve, but the shadows are actually your friends. Now, I must admit I am really late for this bandwagon, as I only started playing this game last week, and from what I've seen so far, it's pretty good, but everything dark and brutish about this game was kicked up the bottom when I overheard this British guy near the start of the game. Now, the rest of the voice acting is pretty hokey-cokey, and that's tolerable, but it does make the game feel a lot less dark and brooding, and the tension just kinda fizzles. But hey, at least the other voice actors get their pronunciations right, but this British guy in the tutorial stage takes the number 10 spot as well as the cake.
My lord, listen. There is a passage leading in...
Hey, Edos, we don't talk like that. I mean, we do say things like grass, bath, glass, and all that crap, but that was overkill. Passage? Passage? Passage! Ah well, don't be angry. Allow me to amply walk our way and eat this attractive apple. Mommy.
Number 9.
Okay, up next is a game series that a lot of people, including myself, really seem to like. Kingdom Hearts. For the sake of confusion, I'm only going to reference Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Alright!
Anyway, trust me, these games are fantastic. Great gameplay, visuals, control, you name it. However, when I do agree that the Final Fantasy meets Disney theme was very risky, I really do think it worked. A bizarre yet delectable combination. Kinda like a crisp sandwich. Disclaimer, I am aware that America refer to them as chips, but chips in Britain are what America would call fries. Apologies for any initial confusion. Let us rejoice to the rhythm of Stump's Tupperware stripper. Okay, well, yes, the mixture works out. But it was never going to be smooth sailing. There were bound to be 1 or 2 things that made you think, wait, what the fuck am I playing? And so, for number 9, I'm going with certain moments of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. What's a specific? And when I say certain moments, I mean stuff like this. The silly plot, and the constant barrage of talk about hearts and souls and love and darkness. Because in my opinion, when the game takes itself relatively seriously, that stuff ends up being quite stupid. And then once the stupid seeps through the greatness, you then realise you're surrounded by Donald Duck as a wizard trying to save a gangster hoodie Mickey Mouse. And then Goofy has a dramatic fake death scene. Goofy? At this point, yeah, it's sad and everything, but look at this bloody situation! Sorry, Kingdom Hearts, I can't take that too seriously. Kingdom Hearts, great games, but a little bit fucking silly sometimes. But not all the times.
Number 8.
Okay, at number 8, a somewhat dumb choice, but I really needed to add this in. Tekken. Tekken, I love Tekken. Maybe contradictory to others, but for me, Tekken is my favourite fighting franchise. I played them for years growing up, and I got stupidly good at one point, and I always loved seeing the ending clips and reading the backstories in the manuals. And then upon Tekken 4's release, this was the real deal. The plot was going to get deep and serious with real voice actors and really fucking sweet computer animated
cutscenes, yeah! So I got the game and I started off with Hwoarang's story. I kicked some serious ass from the start, get to the end, and I get this.
You're finally here.
So, what do you want?
I never got to fight you at the tournament. I'll take you on right here, right now.
There's no reason to fight.
You ain't got one? Well, I do!
Yeah, I get it. Tekken got really dumb, and why not? It's a fighting game with a devil gene. And a genetically modified boxing kangaroo! But this plot was taken so sternly and so stone coldly that when this excellent display of voice acting and direction was presented to me, I died inside. From laughter. It might not mean anything to you guys, but personally, number 8 goes to Hwoarang's ending clip in Tekken 4, for it destroyed any serious thoughts I felt towards the nature of Tekken's story. I just can't defend this. I just can't.
Well, I do!
Up next, one of my favourite game franchises ever, Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 in this case. Back in the day, my good friend and I used to spend day after day playing through and finishing the supposed scariest games of all time, with no walkthroughs or cheats. We finished Silent Hill 1 with pants intact, and then we got to Silent Hill 2, and we got a riddle difficulty to choose. We both loved the puzzles in the first game, and felt really brilliant about working them out by ourselves, so logically, we felt like Stephen Fry McEinstein and decided to pick the hard setting. What that led to was getting stuck, and getting stuck, leading us to the shitey ending. And these games, I'm sure you're aware, are dead serious, ultra serious. You cannot comprehend the seriousness of these games. The plots are great, the characters are deep, and the town itself is an achievement in artistic visionaries. But number 7 spot has to go to the bad ending in Silent Hill 2, also known as In Water. Oh, we're so happy. But I know that this will certainly stir controversy, so let me explain. This is, and always will be, a sad ending. Very sad ending. A heartbreaking ending. And don't get me wrong, we did bad, we get the bad ending. That's fair enough, Mr. Game, but listen here, alright? Don't fucking rub it in. Just like salt on an open wound, this ending clip goes on. And on. And on. It just never bloody stops and shit. Yeah, the things that are spoken by our protagonist's dead wife are touching, deep, and it really leaves you feeling empty for the punishment of doing bad. But while my good friend and I were sitting in my room with about 3 other people, all with different gaming views, and all being very tired and going slightly mad, this moment skewered into childishness. Yeah, okay, it was our fault that we shat on such a tearful moment. All the fear in the room then converted into sheer pathetic laughter as every paragraph read by our darling Mary was finished off, only to then begin again in an endless seeming monologue. Instead of, "Aww, oh no, oh," the room sounded more like, "Oh, fuck's sake!" I really want to enjoy this ending, but after that fateful night of immaturity, it ruined it for me forever. Hey, James, listen. We're on the same level here. I mean, you know, my name's James, your name's James, you know, it's all good. And I actually get why you killed your wife. Because, you know, she never gave the yap trap a rest. You know, that's fair, that's fair. Bitch never shuts up, I'll kill her too.
Number 6.
Oh, Kojima. Hideo frickin' Kojima. We love you. I do anyway. But why did you do that? On a highly anticipated sequel, no less. Years in production, the epitome of PS2 gaming up to that point, teasing us with Solid Snake gameplay segments on MGS2, and then never even mentioning Raiden until players found out themselves. Oh, Kojima. I'm not sure whether or not to label you a genius or a filthy filth rag.
Yes, I love Metal Gear Solid, I love all of it, everything, every single game, and I can take it all deadpan seriously. Any sad moments get me every single time. But for number 6, I must pick Raiden, just in general for Metal Gear Solid 2. Some may argue that the philosophy-soaked dialogue, over-the-top characters, and cutscene length can turn you off at taking it even remotely seriously, but all that stuff is gold dust to me. Gold dust up my bum. What isn't gold dust to me, however, is prissy little naked blonde cartwheeling sissy nuggets, and not the one that comes from absolute nowhere and is never changed in the story. Don't worry guys, Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of my favourite games ever, but when you hear this line from this guy, from Hideo frickin' Kojima, I find myself getting sucked out of this incredible universe.
Raiden, what's your status?
Colonel, I've got Emma Emmerich here. We've managed to avoid drowning.
Good job.
Even if the indication of him appearing was there, then I guess it would have cushioned the blow, but it's still inexcusable. And if I can take a bee-spawning commando backflipping bad guy from the 60s in Metal Gear Solid 3 more seriously than a rookie stealth agent good guy, then you've really done something screwy. Love you, Kojima, but that was hilarious.
Number 5. Okay, number 5 doesn't even need explaining.
You're alone, weak, lost in a mansion, and separated from your closest partners. You end up stuck in a nightmare of ungodly proportions. You slowly uncover tragic diary entries, discover nightmarish creatures, and delve deeper into what actually happened. And the punchline is Resi 1's voice acting. If you know me, you would have definitely seen this coming.
Whoa! This hall is dangerous!
But hang on a sec. There is still something quite fishy about this number 5 spot, as the rest of the game is genuinely well-paced, atmospheric, tense, and sometimes pretty damn creepy. This voice acting seems almost so out of place, I begin to wonder whether it was trollingly deliberate, or a homage to the classic 50s and 80s B-movies and movie remakes. If that was the case, and I can kind of see what they were doing with it.
What a monster! I can't believe... What the hell is this place anyway?
But that's no fun. I like to think that this was the absolute pinnacle of their accomplishments. The best actors they could find, the best takes they could get, the best they could translate. That little glimmer of hope is what still keeps Resident Evil a classic in my heart. But it's still pretty fucking silly nonetheless, and it really breaks up the tension whenever it happens. But oh joy! When it happens, it's still incredible.
I'll just go and get some fresh air and be eaten by a monster.
Number 4.
Oh yeah, baby, now we're getting into the real hardcore bubbles. Oh why? Why we? Why? Number 4 is undoubtedly this entire gargantuan masterpiece known as Wii music. Now before you start commenting, I know that the Wii is light-hearted and supposed to be silly and all that good stuff. And you have this silly old tosser over here.
And he sounds like Pingu, yeah.
But Nintendo really tried to push Wii music as a gateway. A transitioning tool to grow gamers into pro musicians. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Or at least get people interested in music and keep the classical and baroque periods alive in today's modern world. And for 40 of our hard-earned pounds sterling, what did we get? Shake the stick and press the button to the glorious classics of Happy Birthday, Frere Jacques, and Yankee Doodle. Yeehaw! I mean, seriously, Nintendo? You presented it more professionally than fucking Rock Band, and yet here I am fucking rapping along to Tchaikovsky. I mean, really? I don't care that this game looks stupid and plays stupid, is completely pointless, the controls are delayed by like a fucking second, which in a music game, by the way, is not very good, and the drumming studio is a pile of shit and everything about this game was just terrible, but the way that it was pushed ruined it for me. If it was a budgeted, stupid little Wii title, I'd see it as hilarious, but look at the fanciness, look at the effort, look at the price tag, look at the lack of content, look at the bloody dog suit! This game is actually offensive, and I can't even look at it anymore with a straight face. Screw you all.
Number 3.
Oh boy! I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok!
Number 3, and again, I don't even need to say one word about this. Not one. I don't, at all. I've never played the Zelda CDI games, and nor do I intend to, but the fact that these games even exist is a joke in itself. They really thought this was good? They really tried to emulate the epic and graceful tones of the predecessors? They thought hardcore Zelda fans would suck all the giant questing, characters and cutscenes in, and not laugh at them? Ladies and gentlemen, the room of video games, Zelda CDI. Hilarious.
Number 2.
Number 2 also needs no introduction. Oh, Sonic Team. You have this beautiful ability to somehow disregard fan response all the time and just keep getting weirder. Weirder and weirder. And somehow not actually getting better. Except for Sonic Generations, okay, so why don't you fuck off and... And the reigning champion of goofy gaming, as well as probably the dumbest premise to ever grace planet Earth, Give a hedgehog a gun. Shadow the flippin' hedgehog. Number 2 goes to the moment in... Okay, not the moment. Yeah, the whole game. Yeah. The whole thing, yeah, the whole bloody thing. Why not? After a decent enough intro, nothing in this game works to its advantage. Dumbass story, dumbass combat, dumbass bosses, dumbass controls, dumbass characters, dumbass everything. And this was supposed to be the badass reimagining of the darker side of Sonic. Shadow is cool, and he can work weapons, but that's all that kept me invested in this game. It's no different from any other bad Sonic installment, and the fact that Shadow uses artillery doesn't actually slightly change the gameplay, it just makes it fucking funny. And because it is, of course, Shadow the Hedgehog, this game is dark, edgy, and it takes itself so goddamn seriously that you'd swear Apocalypse Now is Pepper twatting Pig in comparison. There isn't even a hint of dark humour in this. It's all played like a bloody statue, and it's so very, very, very stupid. This was the first game I actually ever played as a child where I couldn't believe how unenjoyable and cold this game was. You can't go from Sonic Heroes to this and act like nothing happened in between. The cheesy metal song in the intro should have set the classic Sonic tone, with guns, but instead it only made it into my list of the top 10 video game moments I couldn't take very seriously. Oh, thank you very much. And at number 1, in my honest opinion, and I hope you can see why, the sex scene in Heavy Rain. Honestly, you can trust me, right? Can you? Okay, well, even if you can't, can you believe it when I say that I'm not actually that immature to laugh at nipples? Okay, I lied. But that's not the only reason why this moment in Heavy Rain made my number 1 spot. I can understand that some people may think the voice acting in some places and the QTE events were enough to lose its serious vibes, but honestly, I like them, both. But for me, the story, characters, and integration of different game-changing decisions really stiffened the glue for me. I can take this game how it was intended, depressing and seriously. Except for the sex scene. Firstly, this isn't your normal average sex, no. This is post-murder sex. Ethan either did or didn't kill a drug dealer before this moment, but either way, Madison wants to get on that shit. The scene itself you can kind of see coming, but the fact that Ethan potentially murdered a family man and his only son is drowning in a well somewhere makes this all seem a little bit inappropriate. Secondly, I know you guys tried. I can really see the effort here. I mean, just listen to the music in the middle of it. But why do they all look like... It's a little bit too much like walking trout, sucking each other's faces. It looks awkward is what I mean. And thirdly, you can fuck around with the QTE during sexy time. I'm gonna take your shirt off, oh no, I'm gonna take your shirt off, oh no, I'm gonna take your shirt. And fourth, is this actually what I always wanted to use the 6-axis for? I'm surprised it took until 2010 for a game to utilise the PS3 6-axis properly. I love you dearly and always will, Heavy Rain. But this was truly my number 1 thing I couldn't take seriously in video gaming. I am so sorry. And there you have it. My personal top 10 moments in video gaming which I really couldn't take seriously. I really hope you enjoyed this pretty dumb list, and I really hope you enjoyed this pretty dumb video. Oh, and I hope you really enjoyed Guy Fawkes Night if you did anything for it. Yeah! And to be honest, I'm curious to hear what your guys' personal moments were that you couldn't take seriously in video games, so leave a comment and please tell me your experiences. I'm actually genuinely quite interested. I must have missed out on a couple of tasty ones, if you see what I mean. Shifty, yeah. Anyways, I must be getting on, so if it's your birthday today while watching this video, then happy frickin' birthday to you, and remember to stay beautiful. Love you all, guys. Take care now. Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus Show, where I have to do the dirty deed of deciding whether or not a game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. Christmas. It's fast approaching, let's make no mistake about that. And so, to commemorate this, I figured that I'd play something happy for a change. You know, hell, it might even be half decent. I mean, I need a game to salvage every once in a while, don't you agree? So come on, kids, let's go have a look-see. Let's see.
Maybe. Possibly? No. I'm a tease, aren't I? Hang on a cotton-picking minute here. The fuck is this? I can't do a video on this, surely. I mean, look at it. Look at it. It's clearly for babies.
And I'm a man.
Well, seems interesting enough, I suppose. I'm gonna treat myself to full screen for this one. But do I sacrifice my dignity to play this?
Fuck everything and let's play it!
Okay, by the looks of things, we're in for some pretty cutesy awesomeness. We get a pretty attractive intro that works in the same way as a J-pop music video. We get no explanations, no backstory, or anything. It just shows us pretty pictures, while you wonder what that glowing dragon of imminent death is doing with a cat in a cap. Oh, there's Pac-Man. So this is Klonoa. Klonoa? Klonoa. A simple game with a simple story and simple controls. And it was developed by Namco, no less, and apparently a Swedish to Japanese hybrid. Now, if that isn't a surefire success, I don't know what is. Ooh, and our mission is finding a moon pendant and saving a singer. A singer. A singer. A singer. A singer! Whoa, 3-point blank demo inside? Ah, well, kick fucking ass! Oh. Why? Why all the lies? And from what I gather, this isn't the most common of PS1 games, fetching relatively high prices on the internet for a pre-owned copy. But does this game live up to its price tag? Well, that's why I'm here to tell you, isn't it? You fucking bastards. And so we get greeted with this menu jingle. I'm sold! No save file. Fuck. Ah well, back to the jingle. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, come on! No space! Fuck. Ah well, back to the jingle. Okay, enough of that. I'll just start a new game, shall I? What's my name? Bombface! Obviously. Actually, nah. That's a little bit too informal. If we just do this, do a little bit here, fix this up a little bit, and boom. Bumfaceoff. Ah, yes. And we also get the cutest intro dream sequence I've ever seen. Like, ever. Well, until this happens.
Holy shit!
And then Klonoa wakes up, all just to see... I'm in love with this game already. And let's start, shall we? We begin with... whatever the fuck just happened there, and proceed with level... Oh, shit, fuck, bitch, tit, I'm sorry. I meant Vision 1. Yeah, why not? Is this game a dream? Or is all of this a dream? Or is Klonoa actually dreaming about us? And we're just playing out his sick, demented fantasies? Oh, look, it's the windmill! All I can say so far about this is... cute. Cute. That's all. We have cute visuals and cute music, so it's cute. Ages 3 to 10, you say? I don't see how you came to that conclusion. Wait a second. Is that my enemy? The one that's trying to, you know, physically harm me and prevent me from achieving my goal? It can't be. Just look at it. It's adorable. Oh well, I better do it for the fat of the land. So let's see. I can't jump on it. No Mario. Okay. Okay, fuck you! Come here! Well, as you can see, kinda like Dig Dug, Klonoa inflates his adorable victims. However, in this game, you can then use the enemy as ammunition for anything interactive throughout the game, like switches and so forth. And you can throw them to the sides, as you'd expect, but you can also throw them towards and away from the screen. Bizarre, perhaps? Well, no, because this game plays with the gimmick of 2.5D! Which, essentially, is a 2D based game that plays around 3D environments and obstacles. Another example of which being Tombi, or Tomba in North America, or even more recently, Little Big Planet. But I must be honest here, I feel bad for killing these guys. I mean, just look at them. Just look at them. Well, okay, then it's not exactly killing, and more imploding into a vast array of coloured shapes. Because that's a thing. And not only can you defeat these guys, but you can also use them to your advantage, for some enemies feature different functions after you inflate them, such as flying and bombing. In turn, this makes the simple control scheme, just like Crash Bandicoot, 2 action buttons and directional keys, all that more enjoyable and thought-driven. And all the enemies also offer Klonoa a double jump, which can then be chained on top of other enemies for endless jump time, which I absolutely loved. But hey! Whoa! I've been stopped on my merry way. No, this will not do at all. Who could do such a thing? Oh, this guy, apparently. His name's Baloo, and he's one of the many weird characters you'll be bumping into during your adventure. But I think this guy's probably the weirdest. I mean, if you thought initially this game was cute, well, you're right, but there's a lot more weird in this game than I initially remember. Take this guy for example. He's the guardian of a tower that he's been building for years to reach the Moon Kingdom, which may or may not exist. Weird, yeah? But no, it gets worse. He's also a stalker and an obsessive fan over this diva singer Lefise, having dedicated an entire sculptured mountainside of her torso for the world.
Oh, that's a little creepy.
But what isn't a little creepy is the platforming. It's a pretty much basic shenanigan to be honest, but it's really tight for a 2D feel. The jump arc and distance is practically perfect, and you can even slightly hover and steer yourself before landing, which does become a necessity later on. If I could describe the controls, I'd relate it very closely to Rayman, but just a little bit lighter and a little bit more forgiving with the jumping. You also have creatures to rescue, checkpoints, and these gems, you know, 100 of them gets you a new life. Like I said, a basic. Ooh, along with this 2.5D! We also have these branching paths. Nice little bit of spice. And what's this? Ah! Ah! Bonus! 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 Oh. And I know I've already mentioned it before, but I need to question it now because I feel like now is the right time. What is your attack exactly? I mean, I know it's this thing. Hupa? Huipole? Hipper? I can't pronounce this game. I mean, it makes no sense. You fire him out and then thwump, inflate a bad guy. I don't get it.
Take it, take it, take it, take it.
Oh, hi, Wal. How's the wife and kids? Oh, in a bad mood, are you? Well,
take it, take it, take it, take it, take
it. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away here. I need to apologise for the lack of review in this review, but to be honest, how can you blame me when your end of level stat screen is this? And on to the next level. One great thing about this game is, if you couldn't gather, the visuals. Not only are they cute and detailed, but no two environments in your adventure feel or look the same. And if it begins to look familiar, they throw something else at you. A dead end? Huh. Well, how shit is that? Oh, wait. I'm going forwards. In a side-scroller. No! No! Ah, screw it. Fuck it all. It's 2.5D! Oh, look at this fat fuck. And that's the other thing I love about these stages. Not only the environments, but the enemies. They all vary and change during every level, and they all offer different ways of putting them down, which keeps the game fresh. And I know I said that it was a gimmick, but this 2.5D nonsense is actually implemented pretty strongly. It gives Klonoa a lot of decent puzzles, hidden items, and labyrinths to submerge himself in. And also, the obstacles and challenges get trickier and trickier. Again, keeping it all fresh. Whew, on our way to the first boss. What was that? Somebody! I don't want to know. I need to say that this guy right here, Caddicarus, is one of the most intimidating creations I think I've ever seen or heard in my life. It might be because he's so out of place with this kiddie environment, but it actually makes him pretty damn scary. But then that happens, and some of this happens, and then the boss level. Again, all of these bosses throughout the game are nice and varied, creative, and sometimes really quite threatening in comparison to everything else that you see. Plus, that music! And the soundtrack is different for every boss. Pure bliss. And it seems as though I just made Klonoa an ultra badass with this epic pose.
But, to be honest, this game, it's kind of engrossed me. I'm lost in its cutesy little ways. But that's what this game does. It sucks you in. It's a sucking in experience, and that's what it seems to be really, really good at. So I guess, just to finish off, we'll do some deli filler. Yeah, some filler for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my other personal experiences with Klonoa. Klonoa. Klona.
Oh, a leaf. Oh my god, I missed. Oh shit, oh wait. Oh, I missed. Oh, I'm so good at this game.
Woohoo! So much fun!
Take it! Take it! Take it! Take it! Take it!
Oh, what? Ah, oh my god! Ah, oh my god! I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. Oh shit. I'm gonna get you. Oh, no, bugger.
Oh my god, it's 2.5 to the max!
My god, what is that? What is it? Okay, that is the cutest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Butters! Ah, fire!
Oh wait, that wasn't so hard.
Look at me! I'm Jesus!
Alright, how am I gonna get up there? Look at the boom, yeah! Oh, there's... Oh, no one's gonna ever bring me down. What's this now? A key? I haven't got a key. Where do I get the key? Oi, you, where do I get the key? Oh, there's the key. I don't have to look for the key? Thank you. Wasn't that a nice man? You know what? You're a prick.
That wasn't that pleasant. I don't know about you, but right now, I'm feeling pretty damn Christmassy. This game. Well, to conclude, this game is unique, tons of fun, and it really does feel like a proper adventure. It gives the player a decent sense of progression through the changing environments, puzzles, control usage, enemies, bosses, and musical cues, all of which are of excellent quality. And the loading times, giving into consideration the amount of things that it has to load, are the quickest I've ever seen in a PS1 game for a long time. And even though it might be too cute for its own good, and relatively short, I mean I did finish it in about 2 days, it doesn't make it bad. It just makes it a special little experience that I would recommend to absolutely anybody. Unless you're a dick. Klonoa gets the salvage. If it's your birthday today while watching this video, then happy frickin' birthday to you, and remember to stay beautiful. Take care, guys. What? Where the fuck has Rascal Racers gone? Rascal Racers! No! Damn it! Where's Rascal Racers gone? Where has Rascal Racers gone? Where has Rascal Racers gone? The doorbell? But we don't buy or sell at this door.
We don't buy or sell at this door. No. No, we don't. I made sure of it. Like, seriously, we ain't buying and we ain't selling at this door, man. You know, when I was your age, all we ever did was buy and sell sacrilegious potatoes. Nobody ever bought them, I mean, but it was a pretty dumb idea. You know, we were kids, you know. You can't really blame us.
I'm sorry, but we don't buy or sell at this door. Huh. I sure showed her.
This game, right here, it's something else. I can tell you that much. If I showed it to you right now, you wouldn't even believe it existed. It doesn't look real. It looks fake. It doesn't belong. And you know what? I can see all you beautiful people at home, drinking some tea, having some biscuits, looking at the title of this video, and thinking to yourself,
God, what a handsome chap.
but we're not talking about me. We're talking about this! I can't believe I'm holding this right now. I can't believe I'm alive after playing it. I can't believe that I've got this picture on my wall that was drawn by my sister.
Did you call?
No?
Oh.
Okay
then.
Fuck off. But for the good of all that is merry and wholesome on this fine season, I'm gonna play it again for you. Let's get a brief synopsis, shall we?
Experience how difficult it is to be Santa Claus. 256 color graphics, parallax background scrolling, digitized sound effect, animated in-game cartoons. Defeat guards and other creatures with snowballs and other cool defenses. Discover 4 unique worlds in 15 different levels.
My beautiful people, from the creators of Rascal Racers, Santa Claus saves the... You best put seatbelts on your brains, kids, because I'm about to fucking plow them into the nearest tree.
Oh ho ho ho, telegames. You fucking cunts! Why? Why is Santa in a red jumpsuit? Why does he have a lady's handbag? Why is that tree so badly sized and etched in? Why is the snow so violent? And who's this Johnny John Johnson over here? And what the fuck do you call that? Music? It sounds awful. Why is it entirely in sevenths?
Yeah, Santa Claus saves the earth. I know what I'm talking about in music.
Well, I guess we should see what options we have. Oh, we have a grand total of 2. 2 options! You can't even begin to understand how difficult it is to make a joke about that. But that don't matter. Let's just start a new game. More of this classic festive music here. And just what I always wanted. FMV. Wow. Only 1 day until Christmas. Wow. Oh yeah, cause you know, that never happens. I think I'd be more wowed over the
Phantom calendar paper.
And that guy from earlier was a wicked fairy. And she... Wait. She? Johnny John Johnson? Where be her tits? And she has a magic... Copper? Copper? That ain't no copper. It may be a pot that's made from copper, but it fucking ain't raw fucking copper! Oh, by the way... happened. And she saw Santa getting ready for Christmas, and that's why she's gonna destroy the earth. Ah yes, the classic video game evil motivation, Watson. The kids are getting presents, and she is a selfish and jealous bitch. And those. Well, let me tell you about those. There are definitely some graphics. Well, they could actually be Playmobil horses, I don't have a clue. Anyways, Nilam said, "How could this happen?" And became pretty furious. Damn, look at her rage. So what is she gonna do about all of this? Oh. And so, Santa is trapped. The consumerist and commercialized spirit of Christmas is in jeopardy, and that somehow means that Santa needs to save the I don't fucking know! And with that, welcome to level 1. Bricky Brick Villington Brick. What can I say? Straight away, DKC looks better than this 32-bit monster. And sounds better. Might I just add as well that every single song presented to us throughout this entire shitstorm is a crappy MIDI soundbite that constantly loops. 16-bit? 32-bit. And this song sounds a little bit... I don't know.
Lesbians, lesbians,
happy and free with each other.
And not only does this hunk of dick look and sound worse than DKC, it actually plays worse as well. Probably the worst I've ever played in my life. The screen doesn't scroll until Santa is about 3/4 of his way across the whole fucking stage, and whenever it moves, it locks into position until you make the effort to drag it along behind you. As for jumping, there's no real jump arc. You just kind of float upwards and then thump heavily to the ground, like a brick. Did you see what I did there? And just when I'm getting a grip with these horrendous controls, I fall into a beginner's death trap. Before I even figure out what the buttons do, I'm thrust into the heart of war with these pricks. And the AI, I must say, is hideously unfair. How it works is that every enemy will start a course towards you whenever they enter a specific radius emitted by yourself. Whenever they exit it, they stop. Slow enemies are fine with this, but these fuckers over here are faster than you, and then also run past you after attacking you, only to repeat the same pattern on the opposite side. Meaning, obviously, you are given no time to attack back or even run away. But how do we attack back? What is our method of defense? Well, snowballs, obviously. But we can switch between different weapons, such as sack, green sack. Whoa, Santa, watch where you swing that thing. And every time you... I love my text tone. And every time you use the sack, Santa automatically moonwalks. You know, inside that sack was probably a present for a starving little boy. And now Santa is beating the shit out of everybody with it. And, get this, you need to hold the attack button and then time each swing with every given enemy. Yep, no tapping attacks here, they all require holding down until they are fully committed to actually working. Basically, if anything comes near you, you're fucked. Whoa, wait, watch out, I can't change my attack. What? Is there ammo in this game? No. Ah, balls, I'm stuck with this useless attack here. Oh, and then I vaporize. Merry Christmas! Ha! Okay, that's the best game over screen I've ever seen in my life. Santa suffocating in the snow, and then the bluntest, most lacking of hope and encouragement game over message for little kids I have ever seen. Kudos. Do I dare continue though?
Oh well. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. La la la.
Okay, well I'm not taking any shit this time. Ran out of snowballs again, so... Tomatoes? Okay, then let's see what it does. Oh my... my god! Oh shit, Santa's back in heat! And I don't know why Santa hovers down slopes like an invisible escalator, but regardless, it's pretty sweet. Oh, and everything and everyone makes the same damn noises. And not to mention the terrible side-scrolling can even get you hurt from incoming shit that you can't see. I do love this enchanted land that Nilam sent us to though. Extractor fans deep underground. That's enchanting. And, why the grandfather fucking cat? Looky over here, perfect example. This is how the enemy AI makes this section impossible without me taking some damage. I can't get out of this without taking some damage. Okay, well I'm not dead yet, so it ain't too bad. What is that? Woo! Santa, when did you get so nimble? You're like the Tom Daly of Lapland, my brother. And what's this yellow triangle? I dunno. Does the game explain? Nope! It explains doodly squat, and when you're plonked into the middle of these labyrinth-like stages with no sense of direction or goal, it makes this feel so much like a chore. There's no guidance, help, interactivity, nothing. Oh, and superpowers are useless. I got myself a super jump over here, and it runs out after I have a rail ride. Fuck you. Well, I wonder what's up here. Okay, apparently we were in Egypt or something this whole fucking time. Who knew? Maybe the lush organic grass and the snowy underground caves inhabited by cavemen kind of fucking gave it away. Well there, see? Curse of the Slow-as-Arse side-scroll returns. Where am I going? I've got nowhere else to go. Do I drop? See? Shitty guess. I just need to remind everyone that this is level 1. And I keep running out of goddamn ammo for everything with no indications. I thought it was something to do with these science vials up here, but hell if I know what they do. So I'm just gonna look this up. Let me just pause it for a sec. Oh! This explains so much more now. All of my ammo counts are there, and all those triangles are keys, apparently. So much wrong went into this design choice, but bugger it, it helps me out quite a bit right now. So every time I run out of ammo, I must and keep stopping to check my stats. What a piece of schmidt. I mean, this game delivers no feedback to the player. Made a mistake? You'll never know. All you can do is scavenge around until you can find items that you haven't picked up yet. But then if your journey is stopped and you fall back from something off screen that you couldn't see, you need to do the whole climb all over again to get another chance. And it doesn't help on how slow Santa moves. He makes this teeth grindingly slow. And most of the time, you gotta sit your ass down and wait for the platforms and things to revolve around you. And by the way, those triangles, they fit into keyholes because fucking science. Oh man, I don't remember turning on the Hobbit in 38 frames per second. What the hell is that doing here? And why is he using a torch? Idiot! Well, dead again. Ace! Any death in this game also resets fucking everything. And where these levels may not be too big themselves, Santa is. And he moves as slow as cranberry sauce,
dripping down my arm and into a sandwich.
And so all the slow speeds crush any kind of fun replayability with this. Unfortunately, due to the way that this game is designed, essentially you can actually be playing the exact same game about 4 or 5 times if you keep on dying. There's no way to spice it up and no variables or anything, you just gotta play it the way it wants you to play it. So I replay all this shit again. Oh, the MIDI music file finishes, and then silence, bliss. Calmness and serenity engulf your mind. You feel at one with nature, and indeed, your holy PlayStation. You give this game another chance to redeem itself as you question your motives of judgment towards a seemingly innocent game, and then the music starts all over again, you fucking cocksucking dumbo! And so, after 40 minutes, I get somewhere. Okay, I got a key, so let's head back to the beginning where the red door was. Dead end. Ah well, I found it now. End level! Yeah! Score! Who cares? Level 2 looks a little bit more interesting. But, was 90 minutes of grinding in level 1 really worth it? Shitty music, shitty visuals, shitty controls, shitty everything has returned, ladies and gentlemen. And I just remembered something. This game was released in 2002.
That should be no excuse.
Wait, is that a clown picture? A clown picture. Yeah, it is. It fucking is. It's a fucking clown picture. A fucking framed clown picture. Why in the
My beloved, I must save you. But I can't save you. The game's infection is spreading. It's already consumed you. This is the only way. I can't watch you suffer. You're practically dead already. I'm sorry.